Yes, people, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. Please do accept it. But more importantly, I say blue morning to you because, in fact, it is the Blue Morning Show. Today, as usual, like I said in the previous days, it is a transfer window where not so much has happened, but there are quite a lot to talk about. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, we're back again with another Blue Morning Show. And again, I'm going to repeat myself. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. But more importantly, Blue Morning to you because, in fact, it's the Blue Morning Show. And I hope you're all doing well. I sincerely do hope so. Ty, thank you for joining me on the panel. You're the first to join me today. How are you doing, brother? I hope everything is well with you. And again, congratulations to you. I don't want to say why I'm congratulating you, but if you want to talk about it yourself, it's a private Matty, you go ahead, Ty.
Well, I am good. I mean, yes, there was a day of good feeling for me, but I mean, it's not something I really want to speak about at the minute. But well, there's a lot of news, a lot of
Mm,
quick throwing news. It's just news one after the other. You're hearing some things that just come out of nowhere, but we'll discuss that.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, I seen again. It like I said, it's a window where not so much has happened really, but there are a lot to talk about because there's quite a lot out there, and it can be confusing. So if you don't pay attention, you might well. It's easy to be misled. Again, the news coming, for instance, the news coming out of the that is Italy. Some suggest that the Koulibaly deal it's done and dusted. Some are suggesting we're not there yet. Some are saying Koulibaly to Chelsea is done. And then we're hearing some saying, well, so that Chelsea are submitting another bid. So that's why I always would advise our followers to just hold on until you see the player holding the shirt. Then you know it's done. Not even that until you get an official statement from the club. That's when you know it's done. Again, we have 30 people watching already. Please keep liking the video. And again, I cannot thank you enough for all the likes. The likes do go a long way. And I'll repeat myself like I've always done before. You don't have to donate to the channel. All you have to do is just like the video. You're already doing enough by participating in the chat or even watching without saying anything. So let's get into get into straight looking at those that are already in the chat because they're part of the Chelsea Perspective family. Here we already have Triple say, nice to see Starling and Broya flying to US together. Yes, I read that too, and that's a good thing. And hopefully, Broya going back to the camp, it hopefully that means he stays with us, but that's no guarantee that he's going back to the club doesn't mean that he's not going to leave the club. But we'll see what happens. Phantom of Mania topic says thought of the heat of the light button. That's CFC in EPL standing. Please send a stream yard at the Phantom of Mania. Yeah, okay, I will do that in a bit if you have time. Again, nice to see Leon here. Again, we're happy. We've been praying for you. We missed you. We understand how you the situation is. So we've been concerned. And he says, Blue Morning Kachila panel and chat. Today is my first day feeling somewhat better. I am still testing positive, but like at the end of the tunnel, yes, thank God. Yes, thank God. Indeed, the good thing is that you're feeling better than you felt in the past. That makes us happy because we were really concerned. But every day we do talk about you. It says, IBZ, we keep our fingers crossed that the potential signings are done between now and next week so that they maybe, participate in training. But I doubt whether all of them all the new signings will be ready to participate in the training. Strip here, nice to see you also. We've been praying for you. We'll miss you too. We understand your situation, but we're glad you're back. She says, hopes to see Starling in a blue shirt today. He's going to America. Yep, but here's the confusing thing. He started going to America the past 2 days. What type of flight did he take, Ty? That's confusing to me. Again, this one says, I'm happy to see Boehly being a true businessman. No delete. Okay, we move by getting Koulibaly. No Rafinha. We move on straight at Gnabry. How serious are we with the Gnabry story? I'm not sure yet, but I'd rather us get Rafael Leão than Gnabry. I also believe we can get it done as well. All those deals, we can actually get them done. Jefferson Chulumbe says better we sack a Thomas Tuchel because he's what trick wants to sign a striker, which we don't. Again, I don't understand that your comment. Always appreciate. Thank you. No worries. Again, good blue morning, Kuchila. Blue morning to you too, to the queen of the house, and blue morning to the queen of all streams. Nice to see you guys come help keep it clean here. And again, please, if you're a mod, again, please pay attention. I think it looks like the mods have mistakenly blocked some legit member of Chelsea Perspective. So we should pay attention when we want to block people who they are. Again, I'm not calling. I don't. There's no way to tell who blocks who, but we should be careful with that. Hey, everyone in the chat. Hey to you too. Gilles Amos says, Leon Lane, I hope you're good. Wishing you speedy recovery. You have been missed. Yes, of course. It's always as someone that usually reminds me or asks the question, how is Leon Lane doing? And that's a very, very kind of him. So I really appreciate that. Says Just Viola, you're most welcome. Hopes you're good. Yep. Hi, Just Viola. Good blue morning, everyone. Tuning in from Kenya. Nice to see you here, my Kenyan brother. I hope things are well with you. So I'm going to skip a few and get to the bottom. Again, rather Chelsea are slow. Yep. And get the players he wants than be rushing to the market and get some players that wouldn't work. But it's frustrating for the fans. But most things are, again, most things are, and again, we've been spoiled, and you know who spoiled us. But the good thing is that the comments you make that I like is that we should be patient with that. Rather us be slow and then getting the players the manager wants than getting players that won't work for the manager. Good morning, True Blue. Things are going well for Chelsea transfers. Happy days watching you from Ghana. Nice to see you here, Michael Arthur, my Ghanaian brother. It's nice to see you. Here we have Khalid from Smith David. Kalidou Koulibaly accepted Chelsea as next club after new meetings. Thank you very much for saying that. So I'm going to come with you. I know you've never been on the panic bus at all, but maybe you've been concerned a bit. Have you ever been concerned a bit? Let me just phrase it that way. Okay, it doesn't look like
No, I'm there. I was on meeting.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I tweeted something about all of this. I keep saying that we're working in secret because we're hearing, and I keep saying this. Reporters will say things, but most of it is assuming that this is the situation. So people are saying that we're just looking, we're just discussing to go for Koulibaly, and then out of nowhere you're hearing that we've discussed with his agent weeks ago, and then recently again we had discussed with him again, and then we had decided to begin an agreement, and eventually did that. So for me, I think it's a case where we just cannot believe everything we're seeing, or simply we have to read things and then not really believe that this is the entirety of it. Because I think the only time a reporter can actually be 100% accurate is when a deal is closed and when it's on the verge of being completed. I think probably that's the only time they can be accurate, because things can always collapse in the center of it all. So I think in that sense, for me, I'm not on a panic bus, but for me, I do understand where they're coming from, because I mean preseason is important if you want to have a good start, and you need to understand if we sign certain players, how long will they take to adjust? Will what is their profile? Will the system that the manager may have in mind, will they be able to fulfill those tasks that they're going to be given? So I think in that sense I can understand that, but I mean
Mm-hmm.
I do believe, and you keep saying this, that the signings will come, so there's no reason to really be worried. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it, apparently right now there's three potential signings that could be coming in that we know of. Ake, there's some things still being completed. Koulibaly, it's supposedly on the verge of being done. And Raheem Sterling, is his medical has been completed, he was successful, and he's on his way to US. So that is so those are three signings, and Tuchel was promised three. So there's three more possibly that could be coming in. So I think it's just being patient, and you can't rush these things, because in
Mm-hmm.
order for you to get quality players, you need to do things in a rational manner, not rush it. And even the Man City, I think the director was saying that he likes negotiating with Todd Boehly because he has no ego. It's reasonable, and it's a good. He's a businessman, so it's going to be
Yeah.
easy. He knows how to present himself.
Mm-hmm. And here's something about negotiating with people. If you're negotiating with anybody, if you make the person you're negotiating with feel important, if you make them, if you don't try to make them feel like they're stupid, they probably be fair to you. But when you're negotiating with people, if you make them feel like, if, whether inadvertently or whether by design, it can infuriate them, and it will make them want to say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna show you that I'm smart, but you think I'm stupid. So you don't want to come across like you're smarter, you're feeling like you're smarter than the person you're negotiating with. But that's, by the way, I get it, and it looks like it's all positives from all the people that he's stuck with. Leeds United, Napoli, they're all saying good stuff about him, and I hope maybe long may that continue. I hope we'll find it easy to negotiate for further targets, the way he's done. And again, he's not into, making it, take longer than it should. He finds what he believes the player is worth. He puts it on the table, starts from there, and I think that makes it easier. But that's, by the way. Now, if you haven't, please take a second to go check out the coolest Charles, and that's the Tobago, by the way. That's his YouTube channel. Whether you're more than anybody else, Tobago, go ahead. You get the link to your channel, share it in the chat, and let me know where you share it so I can talk about it. I want you to do the same. So please go check out the Coolest Charles YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. And also check out Ty Talk CFC YouTube channel. He's always here on the panel helping. And again, congratulations to you, brother. You know why I'm saying that. If you haven't, go check out his YouTube channel and make sure to subscribe to him. Again, hit the like button that says Leão Lane. And again, this is Queen of All Stream says, and a certain AC Milan player. Yeah, we'll talk about him. A brilliant player indeed. Broya and Sterling flew to US together on a private jet. That is delicious. I wish I was part of that trip, but that's, by the way. We need our boss to go for another lunch. It seems I like that one. I like that one. That's a delicious comment about a lunch. So I like that one. Even though it doesn't rhyme by pronunciation or the letters, it still rhymes because we're talking. But that's, by the way. Again, I've read that already. So thank you very much for that delicious comment. And Blue Blood donated £5 to us. That's not easy. Thank you for getting Starling and boosting the transfer funds for more purchases. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm the one that did it, but I get the irony. I get it there, and I appreciate the donation to the channel. I can't thank you enough. Again, thank you very much for always supporting the channel whenever you can. Want to see Broya get the passes he deserves. Again, first of all, let the manager. The most important thing is for the manager to look at them during the preseason games and say, okay, I think I want to keep this guy. But I hope I'm proven wrong. I still strongly believe that's a chance he leaves the club. If again, I'd be gutted if that happens. But we'll see what plans the manager have. Lampard, to see you back. Okay, yep, Leão Lane, so glad to see you back. Blue Blood, so many thanks indeed. That's not easy. Pass from Sterling, pass from Reece James, pass from maybe if we get a natural number 10. Those things will go a long way. Sharing and link and liking and subscribe are my wishes. Yes, you hear the Queen of All Streams. Share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Those things do go a long way. And I haven't forgotten, I promised a giveaway that would do when we hit 3,000 subscribers. We're at 4,000 subscribers. We're at 4,161 subscribers. I promised that also during the 3,000 subscribers. So I know what to do. I haven't forgotten. Calm down. And you know how it would roll here. I says, told people about Todd Boehly. They didn't listen. Again, I don't blame anybody that didn't listen. World Chelsea fans were passionate. We love the club. And when things like that are happening, I think it's difficult for them. Most people aren't even considering the fact that we were under restrictions. That stopped us from signing players and all that. 300K a week would make me feel wanted. Oh my goodness, I get the argument there. It makes sense. Yeah, for 300K a week, I jump on the bus and say, okay, what do you want me to do? Hi, bro. OBA Nathaniel. Nice to see you here. I hope you're doing it well. Well, when will Starlink be announced? Most definitely today. I think I can say today for every country in the world. Maybe Australia. I don't know how time differs. Likes are important just because of algorithm. Yep, not just to make the boss feel great. The more we get, the more we show. Yep, the more we show up. Again, Tobago has the link to his channel in the chat. Please go check it out and be sure to subscribe. And again, thanks to Queen of All Strings for the sticker. Another £5. That's not easy. That's £10. But again, I prefer you to like the video rather than donate. But the Queen always likes to do this. So thank you very much. I cannot say no. Again, thank you. I appreciate that. Hello from PJ Artist. Hello to you too. I hope you are Ty and well ready of your Twitter messages. Okay, I well in a bit. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, brother. Nice to see you here. Hello, Beken Dukwe Onyocha. Nice to see you here. I hope you're doing well. Again, I'm going to skip quite a few of these things to get to the bottom. People talking because he's 31st. Again, I guess Liverpool, he's 31. Yep. I guess Liverpool should just sell Van Dijk because he is also 31. Yeah, that's a brilliant argument. We're going to start by looking at this tweet here, because we have a couple of other tweets, that can make you feel like, okay, it's already over the line. That's not me being pessimistic. And thank you, Just Viola, for sharing this tweet with me. That's just me being factual and trying to get you to understand. Do not rush into, the decision, okay, because you've all those things you're seeing there. I think it's Absolute Chelsea on one of those outlets. They started saying already that Koulibaly to Chelsea, that it's a done deal. You can't say it's done. We're seeing signs that the transfer gets completed today, but that doesn't mean it gets completed today. This is a complicated process. It's not that simple. A lot of documents to sign, a lot of things for lawyers to look at, make sure nobody is misrepresented, because the slightest misrepresentation of any information you see there can cause quite a lot of problems. So I would, just read it, dilute it, and then keep watching. The truth is, does it look like it's going to happen? It's going to happen, and it may well be today. We don't know, but we're getting Koulibaly, but it hasn't crossed the line yet. So this tweet from Fabrizio Romano reads: Chelsea are prepared to submit the final official bid, and this is just like 2 hours ago. But from last night, we heard some people say already that the deal is done. So 38 million plus add-ons, up to 40 euros a package. Napoli could accept after spending a proposal 35. After, yes, is that it? Napoli could accept after opening proposal worth 35 million euros turned down. Koulibaly agreed personal times, while Chelsea are also working on Nathan Ake. So it is not done and dusted yet. The clubs involved, the selling club and the buying club, are both negotiating. Ty, I want to get your thoughts on this, because it's easy to look at all the outlets out there and go, wow, it's done already, but that's not really the case. The deal isn't done.
Yeah, so I mean, this is why I keep saying you have to take these reports with a grain of salt, because some sources are saying that it's done. They've made the bid and it's agreed. And then you'll see some saying that he's
Mm,
flying to England to complete the move, and you're seeing all type of things. So, so I think in that sense, I mean, you have to take these things with a grain of salt because you're going to be hearing that it's done. It's the same with Nathan Ake. We were told that the bid was accepted by Man City. Man City
mm,
for an agreement with us, and now we're hearing that there is an issue in terms of bonuses or installments or whatever you want to call it. So it's not
mm.
done yet, but it should be completed this week. So I think you have to take these things with a grain of salt because you're gonna be hearing assumptions from reporters, and in some cases it may not even be close. But this looks like it's possible, and it looks like it can be done by the end of the week. But it's just about how quick the club the both clubs work. But I think Napoli have accepted that he's leaving and they're open to letting him leave. So if he chooses Chelsea as his next club, as we're seeing, then that is a good thing because we're going to be getting the experienced players that I think a lot of fans wanted.
Mhm.
And despite his age, I mean, you can't use that because eventually we're going to have players who are going to hit that age very soon. And Rudiger would
Mhm.
have hit that age very soon, even if we had given him a new contract. So people need to understand that the age is not the factor because he has the ability, and it's not like he's an outfield player or an offensive player where his age is going to let him lose that level of pace where you don't really have that much running around to do.
Yeah. Again, the lesson. I'm gonna just come back again to what we talked about, so we can move on. And Ty, thank you for saying that. That is the tweet we shared is just to try to teach you to learn and not to just believe everything you see in the media until you see the player holding the shirt, until you see the all uniformly start saying it's done. But if when the reports are there, you see report A saying it's done, report B saying right now Fabrizio Romano, who you could argue has access to the club in question, to the selling club, has told us Chelsea are putting in a final bid. But some are already saying the deal is done. I don't think that's the case. So if you believe them, read A and believe it's done, and see B and just jump. Okay, it isn't done, and you read C saying Napoli, and then you start to learn that Napoli actually rejected Chelsea's first official bid. You're gonna fry your brain. So the best thing to do is take your time, look at what's out there, and if you still have one saying the deal isn't done yet, the most likely is the one that's saying it isn't done yet, not the one that's saying it's done. But then again, if you have a few saying it's done and the only one saying there's still a chance it's not done, so just hold on until you see the player holding the blue shirt, and then you get an official statement from the club. And then there are other factors to also look at, medicals and all those things. Then you can say yes, and the deal is done. So, but again, is it getting closer? I do believe it's getting closer. DOCFC says I prefer Gnabry over Leon. We'll get to that. So I'm going to skip to the very bottom so that we'll start talking about the next topic. And like I've told you guys that I'll start doing here is this. The moment we switch topics, I will also scroll. I will scroll to the bottom, the very bottom of everything in the chat. Why do I say that? Because if I don't do that, as I start reading your inputs in the chat, and we're in a particular topic, there's a chance you talk about something we've already talked about 15 minutes ago, and then it will take us back, which is not your fault. It is my fault because if I had a studio engineer, it would scroll down to the very bottom already. So apologies if I skip any of your comment. We all just have to be on the same page so that whatever we're talking about makes a sense to everybody. Again, I've read that Ty says that the delay in Amanda Perez's departure to the United States is thought to have been due to paperwork issues rather than uncertainty over his future. There are other reasons why, again, I'm saying that may well because there are clubs pushing out to get his signature. That doesn't mean that Chelsea will sell, but I sincerely do hope we keep the player. Good morning from Football Stars. Nice to see you, brother. How are you doing? I don't know. Am I following your Twitter? If not, can you please check and let me know? I want to follow you back because I want to get you on the panel also. Or maybe we can do a collab. Tobago, Leo is good. Again, I'm going to skip to the very bottom. And if I haven't said hello to you, I apologize if I miss your comment. Yup, at this point, just wait for for the shirt a picture with Thomas Tuchel or Todd Boehly before we believe yet, because it is everywhere. Again, I am at the very bottom right now, and the person I see there, it's Lee. Lee, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well, and I sincerely do hope things are well at your end. Just quickly, and you say hello again. Hello to you, I see. How are you doing? And Ty says he has a breaking news for us. But before Ty comes in, I want to ask you, please, if you haven't, take a second to like the video. We have 145 people watching, and we have 45 likes. Let's shoot for 300 likes today, and I believe we can do that. So please keep liking the video. And hello, PJ, two defenders. Okay, a fullback. Hello to my brother, my fellow American. He says, big up my bro. Smash that like button. He says, nice to see you, my fellow American and brother. You'll say, I hope you're doing well. Ty, go ahead with the breaking news. You want me to take it?
I sent it to you on Twitter as well.
Yeah, go ahead. Start talking about it. I'll follow you up.
Yeah, it's about Sterling. He's confirmed his exit. He's posted a tweet and on something on Instagram about him leaving. He's saying 7 years, 11 major trophies, a lifetime of memories. So he's basically saying goodbye to Manchester City, confirming his move and hence proving that he's on the verge of actually signing, because this is normally what footballers do when they're on the verge of being confirmed or announced. I mean, Rudiger did it, and then days after he was confirmed. So I think this is possibly him, highlighting the fact that he's on the verge of signing. I think this probably was done a long time ago, and he's just releasing it. So never know.
On his Twitter.
It's on his Twitter and on Instagram. That's on Instagram as well.
Okay, but let's read it from here. Again, this is a sign, really, that Raheem Sterling is leaving Manchester City, although he didn't say anything about his destination, I think, which will be in agreement with the club, if you ask me. Again, it reads, 7 seasons, 7 major trophies, a lifetime of memories to the coach and staff who have played a massive role in my development over the years, to my teammates who have become more than just those I share a pitch with, to the backroom staff, to the office staff, to the fans who have tirelessly supported the team, and to everyone involved with Manchester City. My respect for you couldn't be greater. What a ride it's been. I am thankful for the ups and downs, as it is the downs that have at times tested my strength and resolve, and enabled me to stand here in front of you as the best possible version of myself. I arrived in Manchester, a 20-year-old. Today I leave as a man. Thank you for your endless support. It's been an honor to wear the shirt. Again, here's where I like the most, the trophy, where he mentioned 7 years, 11 major trophies, a lifetime. Again, 11 major trophies. We're getting the winner here, Ty. You want to say anything else there?
Yeah, this is fantastic. I'm seeing a video he's put up as well on Instagram.
Okay, maybe we'll share that when you get a chance.
Again, for me though.
Yeah, so this just confirms, like we've always thought. Again, I'll come back to you, Ty, if you don't mind. Sorry, bro. Like we've always thought, the deal is probably completed, and we're learning that he passed his medicals and all that, which means, again, it's done. But the club's it's planning to unveil him in the United States, probably during the start of one of those games, scheduled in the United States. Maybe that's the case. Ty, go ahead. You wanted to say something, brother?
Yeah, I mean, the poor boy, he said that he left, he joined at 20 and he's leaving as a man. That just shows that the experience we're getting, the leadership that we're getting, because we always say that we need leaders, and I'm always someone that says that yes, we need leaders in the defense, but we also need leaders in the attack. Not only leaders who say no, go that, you need to do that, make a pass. You need a leader who will express himself and he will lead through his actions. We used to have players like that, but due to circumstances, we had to go a youthful route and get younger players and use younger players. But having this experienced player who is 1 year, or rather he's close to his prime year, and entering his prime years, it's something good, and I think he's an inspiration to a lot of people, not only in England but in Jamaica as well. His connection with people he's an easygoing person. Everybody that describes him. So in that sense, we're getting someone with a good personality, according to what people are saying. And the leadership that he has, the years that he has on his side, and the achievements that he has will give him that attitude and that confidence that no matter where he goes, and no matter what he does, it can bring positivity to a lot of people. So he's confirmed it. Has he removed Manchester City?
And again, if you sorry, but I'm gonna say this: we're gonna be stalking Raheem Sterling for the whole day in every show. So now we're stalking him. We started by reading his message. Now we're going to his account. We're stalking him. Check if you see anything you want to share with us. Share with us. Let's stalk the heck out of him. But don't stalk him. Don't stalk his energy life out of him. Just stalk him because we love him. Right now, it says his profile is a professional footballer for England. You know what's missing there? If you're paying attention, maybe I need my glasses. Are we seeing anything Manchester City here?
No, he's removed and he's taken off the background. You see the big photo. It was a Manchester City photos there as well. That's a basic photo of him. So he's confirming the move to whatever club it is.
Yes, so if you're doubting Thomas, if you're that guy that needs to poke Jesus where he has the nail, a hole from the nail in his hands to see, this is one for you. No, it no longer says Manchester City or anything. And Chelsea, we're the only club that's been linked with him to him. And again, we're hearing that he's on a flight to the United States. So you can agree with that. Yeah, we can all see it is happening. So it is happening indeed. Let us know how happy you are. And again, let's keep stalking him. If you're in the chat, keep checking his social media posts. If you see anything else you want us to talk about, go ahead and bring it up. Again, Ty, thank you for that wonderful update. That's brilliant from you. I'm going to see if there's anything to catch up with here. If not, we'll move on. I have to send something to Phantom of Many Topics. Again, before he fights me. Apologies, bro. I will send it in a B. So while I do that, I want to bring in IBZ. IBZ, how are you doing, brother?
Can you hear me?
Brilliant. Nice to have you here. So your thoughts on what was the first thing we talked about again, Ty? IBZ, just overall, let us know how you feel. I know you've been on the fence. I cannot say you're necessarily on the panic bus, or maybe you're necessarily on. I know Rodrigo is the driver of the panic bus, but again, how are you doing, brother?
Optimistic. Well said.
Have you always been like that? But you've complained quite a while.
Yeah, because of the longevity it takes for us to sign someone. It's taken me quite some time. The unveiling is my critic has come for the fact that we haven't been able to get these deals as quickly as possible. And and obviously if Todd had got the people in place to make these deals quickly done, we would have had these deals done before potentially pre-season, and or they'll be already in LA by now. I never had a problem that he will get it done. It was how quick we will do it. And in this market, we have competitors and we may lose out. So with Raheem Sterling, this is an inevitable situation in which we knew that we were going to get him. We agreed this. We were linked to him for the best part of a month. No other suitors. So this is just the end of a long road in the Raheem Sterling saga. So it's finally finalized. You could say it was finalized last week, but him flying out this week, him getting unveiled this week, and him making it official will be done this week. Okay, cool. With that being said, we've also identified other targets. So it looks like we are actually moving very, very quickly. Ever since the meeting last week with the Barcelona president.
Yeah, since the delicious meal.
Yeah, since the delicious meal in which I wasn't invited to, and I'm angry because I like food as much as the next man. But at the same time, it seems that what Todd Boehly wanted to do was know his options, know who his targets are, not get into a situation of tit for tat transfer war, bidding war, but just knowing where he stands. So with De Ligt, I think he knew where he stood in terms of, okay, we might not be getting this target, so we go in for Khalid ASAP. So Khalid now has been agreed personal terms, what have you. Obviously, Juventus do not want to sell to I'm sorry, Juventus do not want to sell to. Sorry, Napoli do not want to sell to Juventus, so that gives us the driving seat. While Juventus are in talks with De Ligt, so yeah, good. Yeah, have a good day there.
That's. I think that's a very good argument because
Yeah.
Italian clubs, the rivalry right there is fire.
Exactly.
Even when the clubs are not in the same city or so. But go ahead.
So and that now leaves us a window open for again Nathan Ake, but again you see why my reluctance this window to have a bit of optimism is because deals like Nathan Ake looking like it's taking longer than it's supposed to. It's looking like there may be a hiccup there, which shouldn't, but we don't know what's going on. So we hope that Raheem Sterling signing opens the door for more signings to come in quickly because time is running out in terms of getting players, gel together, embedded with the squad, iron out any injuries that may be incurred over pre-season. Time is slowly running out, but I'm still happy, with the progress so far. What I was even speaking to you about a couple of weeks ago and how Thomas Tuchel's role has changed. It's kind of been confirmed yesterday when I was catching up on some reports, and it showed that Thomas Tuchel goes out, tells Todd Boehly who he fancies. Todd Boehly goes out and makes it happen. And because there's no one in the middle, it's a bit harder for Thomas because Thomas hasn't got a full library of players to look at. He ain't got time to be watching endless highlight reels of the player targets he has. So obviously we still have an extensive scouting network that hasn't really left, which will help him with that. But essentially his role has now changed in the meantime as being a head coach / manager / transfer advisor in his own right to Todd Boehly.
I think it's going to be temporarily because he
100% temporary. But this is the situation he finds himself in because of the void filled that's been left by Marina and Petr Cech. So he has to fill that void, and which is why we may see obviously the targets that we're getting. And what we've gone to understand is that Thomas Tuchel uses a data company to scout his players. And Rafinha was high on the metrics of that data collection, in terms of chance creation and what have you, in which obviously that was a pursuit of a target. Obviously it's different because Rafinha's wanted to go to Barcelona, which is that's what it is. But it seems to me that Thomas Tuchel has his own little scouting data information hub in which he'll be able to use.
I heard he's been doing. That's how he operates for a while. It doesn't just go for players.
So he's been using that for a while now. So it makes us understand why he's going for these specific targets. So again, I'm happy. We finally got someone along the line now. We have someone. We may have two. We may have two in a week. Khalid and Raheem Sterling. And we may see more before the end of July. We may see more. We may see another centre back come in. Ake could come in. I still have reservations in terms of our wing back situation, but it's good right now. We're getting numbers in. We've gone from the discussions on the table to agreeing personal terms. That's the discussion we're at now. So which is always like encouraging to have as a Chelsea fan, because looking at everyone getting ready, going through fitness tests, doing pre-season matches, new signings being brought on, you kind of look at yourself thinking, oh, what are we doing? But we it's not a race. It's a big marathon in this window. So it is a race in a sense, but it's not a race in terms of just signing anyone for the sake of it. And obviously we're in a different era to Roman, where we're going to be splashing money left, right and centre on players because of their names. We're going to have to be more meticulous in our approach. And so we're going to have to just see what happens. But optimistic all round.
Yeah, thank you very much for kindly, taking the time to, let us explain things you've explained to us. There's quite a lot to learn from it. I hope the audience were paying attention. Right now, we have 218 people watching and we have 61 likes. Remember, guys, we're shooting for 300 likes a day, and we can get that. And I think Moshe is about to understand we as a family, as a Chelsea Perspective family, we can actually do 300 likes by the end of the show. He said, thank you for being a good host. Thank you to thank you to the mods. Thank you for the support. Thank you to the panelists here. Again, we all work together. That's why the channel is growing really quick. Everybody's opinion on Chelsea perspective matters. That's why we're growing really fast. And I'm sure we're getting to 5,000 in a few days, actually. Thank you again. Thank you, Moshi. I appreciate that. Says Sterling, yep, he's on fire. I think he's coming. Are we still debating Sterling? No, we're not still debating. We just sometimes there are people, when you listen, they're still concerned. They don't believe it's happening. And I don't blame them, because there are a few things that has happened to us. Maybe possibly the Rafinha conundrum is a reason why people are still not quite sure anything is happening. Sterling, let's go at that. Yep, I think it's happening. Hit the like button, says the coolest shares. Again, go check out his YouTube channel. If you haven't, take a second to subscribe and let him know I sent you. His channel is new and it's getting there, and I know he knows football, so the channel will do quite well. Wanting to see him sign again. Everybody, even Street Bear has been impatient. She was there also on the automated stream answering questions. So thank you, Quinn. I appreciate that. What shirt number will Sterling wear? That's the question I can't answer right now, but I think we should talk about it and see. But what I don't see happening, he wears 10. He likes the number 10. Who wears 10 at Chelsea? I don't see a Christian Pulisic relinquishing the number 10 for him. Again, what number would they be interested in wearing? I don't know, but we'll find out. Mike Kelly Sterling to see again. I'm going to just skip to the very bottom because we want to switch to another topic. If I skip your comments, apologies. Subsequent comments that are aligned to whatever we're talking about, I will get to read it. Did I say anything? Says, wow, just realized how many subscribers you have gained, Kachila. Congratulations. Again, it is us. It is all of us. It's not just me. It is your contributions, the contributions of Street Beer, just True Blue, Steve Chelsea, Lee, where's Lee? I saw some of his comment, but I just had to skip to the very bottom. Lee here, always available to support. So how longer should a deal take? I don't know. I'll highlight that one. Maybe we will debate that also. So again, let me go get the find out how those on the panel, whether some of them are still on the panic box or maybe have jumped off of it. I want to start with you, Deals, because she came on before Phantom. I want to get your thoughts. How do you feel now? Do you feel optimistic or are you still concerned?
Well, the talk of the town is like today we've got we had a message about how Todd Boehly's been dealing with transfers. Apparently he's been aggressive. Apparently, like he's ready with like to buying players. Like we've been told about what his plan is and what he wants to do with Chelsea. That's what I feel like. I feel that he's going in a good direction, but with him, like IBZ said, doing it on his own is a lot. He's got a lot of to deal with. Like even the women's team, he's got the academy team, he's got the, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot to deal with at the moment. And him taking out Czech and Marina and dealing with Czech and Marina's job is a lot to deal with, plus the ownership. So IBZ's right about that. We're going in a good direction, I reckon. We are going in a good direction. But with him doing it on his own, it was big questions to be made. But true say we've got Sterling coming in, looking likely now. Koulibaly looking 50-50 at the moment. But I think we're going in the right direction, 100%. And I'm excited about Koulibaly. Let me talk about Koulibaly real quick. He's a defender.
When we get to him, so you don't give it away?
Yeah, cool.
Okay, thank you. And this is actually the longest I've ever had you speak. Usually it takes you 2 seconds to finish your thoughts. So maybe I need to I need to see your ID, but I'm just kidding anyway. You know I love you, bro. Phantom, your thoughts. Again, are you actually a Chelsea fan, Phantom?
Okay. First thing, sorry to interrupt.
Are you a Chelsea fan, Phantom? Are you a Chelsea fan?
Okay, answer the question.
Hold on. Let's go to
answer the question.
I will answer the question if you give me a chance. Okay.
I give him a chance.
This is a conditional question. Are we getting Robert Lewandowski this season before the January transfer window? If we are,
the chances are slim.
Okay, well, right now that's a rumor, right? And whenever you want to do that topic, that's fine. But I will abandon my loan to Fulham, and I will be rooting for Lewandowski to be scoring on Fulham on September 10th if Lewandowski is our number 9 striker.
Okay,
by the time September 10th comes around.
No.
So
you can't terminate the loan.
Let's move on. Sorry, let's not argue that. Let's move on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still got the microphone. Just to save you time, I do need you to answer that question in the private chat. I won't bring it out in the public.
Yeah, we'll talk. You probably talk on the phone after the show.
No, the thing is, I can't stay up till 7 a.m. because I have to go in early shift tomorrow. So
when can you call? Just call me whenever you can, bro. You have my number, so that's not a problem.
In the afternoon, that's not a problem?
Yeah, in the afternoon, I'll leave my phone on. But I think you probably have found out that my phone is usually off. So I'll turn it on. Yeah, because I'm usually in class. So, but I'll turn it on after the show because we agreed you're going to give me a call. So that's not a problem.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's fine. I'll just call you tomorrow afternoon, and you can even leave a message if you want on my phone.
No worries, bro. All right, bro.
As far as like I said, if Sterling is fine, but in my eyes, Sterling is a slight upgrade from Mr. Werner. Okay, he is just a slight upgrade from Mr. Werner, and I was not impressed with his performance at Manchester City last year, and the fact that Pep is willing to let him go, shows this is sloppy seconds from Man City.
False.
This is not world class.
Let him finish his talking. Go ahead.
Robert Lewandowski, not Lewandowski, because he's not German. He's Polish. Okay, Polish will pronounce that W. So it's Robert Lewandowski from Poland. The best striker in the world last year. More Bundesliga goals than Erling Haaland. Okay? Erling Haaland has all this potential, but Robert Lewandowski scored more goals. Okay? So if you get my favorite number 9, I will pledge 100% loyalty to Chelsea with no other team in mind.
We're on standby. We're on standby with Lewandowski, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Just let him finish so we can move on. I don't want to start a fight with Phantom. He's gonna win.
Yeah,
go ahead, bro.
No. I'm just saying that
No, I'm kidding. But go ahead.
It's nice. It's when what's his name? The Italian guy. I forget his name.
Conte.
No, Fabrizio Romano.
Fabrizio Romano, huh?
Right. Once he said, "Here we go," Sterling is going to Chelsea. That was it. I didn't, his "here we go" is like money in the bank. Okay, we got Sterling. Congratulations. If he says "here we go" on Koulibaly, congratulations. That's fine. But what brings me back to Chelsea will be Robert Lewandowski. Okay.
I hope it happens because I want to keep you, your brother, your friend, your more than just a subscriber on Chelsea Perspective. But again, I appreciate all your support, bro.
I'd still be here even if I'm rooting for opponents. You know that.
Okay. All right. Again, we have our tribute. He says we're walking up from Tuchel's requested targets. That they have put data systems into these targets that come later. Again, you're just seeing things from your perspective and judging by your opinion of the players we're going after. I doubt, knowing you too well, knowing you since you've been started coming to this channel, if we're getting delete, you'd say yes, maybe he's working with targets. But I get your thoughts. Maybe you're just simply judging them from your based on your opinion because you're not there. We've talked about it. Tuchel himself, he's always worked with data. He's a numbers man. We're learning. Maybe you feel like maybe if he's working with numbers, why is he looking at player A, B, C, and not player D, E, and F, and on? But all that, I get your argument there. Again, people, thank you for 86 likes. You guys are on fire today. Of course, you guys are on form. You guys are, let me just say, you guys are scoring goals left, right, and center. Again, thank you for 88 likes. It's not easy already. We have 222 people watching, and we have 89 likes. Let's get it to 100 immediately, and soon we're shooting for 300. Remember that. So I'm going to try to catch up as quickly as possible. limitless his money and all. I have a feeling it's going to be a good season for Chelsea Football Club. Koulibaly will be a great signing. No question about that. He's going to be and did an incredible signing for us. And also, I think, like I've always said, by the time the transfer window shuts, we will see that we've been doing well behind the scenes. Again, Steve Chelsea, big up, brother. Happy to see you here. And again, and anything else, all the moderators here are cool except me. I can be moody. Queen, no worry. We know we accept everybody as they are. We're all human beings. Nobody is a perfect. Don't know love. Wish I don't would make a bet. Again, what we're saying is now Chelsea can understand. I prefer Koulibaly any day, even better than Rudiger. Only difference from Rudiger is good at Tuchel's system. Again, Tuchel, you could Rudiger, you could argue is a bit quicker, but I think you could argue of the two, Koulibaly is the more intelligent, and then Antonio Rudiger is the more you could say aggressive. Or is that the right word I'm looking for? Or something like that.
Imagine we had both of them though. Oh, Rudiger and Koulibaly.
Yeah, well, like that would have been it. Would have been just something special. Yeah. Again, let me catch up with the chat quickly. We have 221 watching, and we have 94 likes. Keep liking the video. We're shooting for 300 likes. Remember, Chelsea shaking the market again. EPL, sorry, we're coming. Yep, would never. Again, this is talking to people. Mostly love True Blue. Yep, True Blue is a Chelsea supporter legend. Can we get it to 200 likes as soon as possible? Again, hi. Just greetings from everybody. Again, I'm going to skip to the very bottom. Here is the driver of the Panic Boss, Rodrigo Rogers. Has he said anything negative today, or has he changed? I want to find out, Rodrigo. I should be moving to Arsenal with Kante. Is this who you talking with? Talking about? I don't know. Sounds like a mad, frustrated Fulham fan. No, he's not. Like, if you know Phantom very well, that's how he talks all the time. I think he's such a good person. So I'm so excited to hear the done deal of Koulibaly. It's not done yet. We're just hearing we're putting in a second official bid. So just calm down, but we see what happens. Lee says he isn't doing it on his own. There is the person flying the plane and from the airport to the meeting. There is a doctor doing the medical and a few more, including the tea lady. Yeah, thank you for that delicious comment. Always making us laugh here, but making some points. Lee, I appreciate that. Let's not complain about Todd doing everything. Things right now. I think he's doing right, and even hearing from those from the perspective of those he's negotiating with, you could say yes. I think he's going to get quite a lot done, because it looks like as a businessman, he's learned over time how to make the person you're dealing with feel important, and that alone does go a long way. But if you try to prove that you're smarter than the person you're dealing with, then they will come at you and say, "Okay, I'm going to show you that I'm not dumb." I think maybe he knows how to do that quite well, and it's working. The Rafinha deal, I wouldn't for any reason say he's made any sort of mistake there. But that's by the way. Let's get into the show now. I want us to start by talking about. Let me be sure I have. Okay, I want us to start with this. It is something important shared with us by Just Viola, and just to understand how well Todd Boehly has actually done, even without the DOF. Now it starts by saying, there is a clear pattern emerging in the way Chelsea are negotiating for players. Todd Boehly has adapted well to his interim sporting role and is intent on getting deals done fast and, when possible, face-to-face. A number of clubs and agents have praised his approach as refreshing. When you hear the people that is someone is talking with, telling you that the person they've spoken with, that his approach, when the way is the refreshing to deal with that person. They feel important. They feel comfortable talking with that person, and that can go a long way. And when also, remember on this show, we talked about how when we learned that Todd Boehly will be traveling to Spain to meet with Laporta and his camp face to face, he's a smart guy, because speaking with somebody face to face, looking them in the eyes, makes a huge difference than calling them on the phone and saying whatever you're saying. It is better if you sit with the person and talk with them. But that's, by the way, let's pay attention to the thread. Here it says, not every deal will come off, but Leeds were extremely impressed by how the Rafinha proposal was handled. No games, no goal was how one source at Manchester City described the Sterling negotiation, and Boehly has also been a key in persuading Napoli to sell Koulibaly. That shows the man is a brilliant. And he says, obviously, over time, the approach would change. It will, because he's not going to be there forever. But that's, by the way, I think I've gotten the point I want to make across, that this man is a brilliant negotiator. IBZ, your thoughts?
Is with Todd, this situation, let me try not be critical. At the end of the day, he's coming to a business and he's the owner of the ship. He's seen that the people in place, he will rather take on the role himself, albeit, all right, cool. You can praise the fact that he is going out there, speaking to the CEOs face to face and all that. They may find it as a breath of fresh air, because it's not every day or it's not all the time you get CEOs meeting with fellow CEOs to discuss transfer policy. So obviously it's a breath of fresh air if you dealing with DOFs and sporting directors. I mean, would it be a breath of fresh air if the Khalid Al Mubarak will be flying out to discuss deals with for players, as opposed to Tiki, their director of football, or the FSG owner going out to discuss deals as opposed to Joe Edwards? You see what I'm saying? Or, not Edu going out to make deals, but Stan Kroenke going out to make deals. So obviously it's a breath of fresh air, because they're not with the organ grinder, they're with the top man himself. So yeah, it is a breath of fresh air. And it's good. It shows. I think it shows his intent on how he's gonna champion the moves and make sure that these deals are done. I mean, it's good. It's good, but is it not what we expect? I'm trying not to be critical, because he's just doing what he's supposed to be doing. If he ain't gonna be doing it, someone else will. But I respect the quickness of his aggression. If he's not available, boom, on to the next one. If he's not available, boom, on to the next one. I want him now. Yep, putting that money where his mouth is, getting that deal sorted. Those are the things that I like in it, and I guess it's only positive. But he will understand that in the future he will need to put people in his place, because you are the Oga of the ship. You cannot be running around doing the most. You are the Oga. Obviously, you got a consortium behind you. You got directors around you, but you are the big man. Obviously, unless it's a big money. Let's say he was going out to get Mbappe, for instance. I can understand him going out to finalize the deal himself personally, or if it was a Haaland, him going out to finalize the deal personally. But for all these players that we're getting, this is normal. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, we can respect it. It's a breath of fresh air for everyone. Owner going out and getting it done. Yeah, I'm not. Oh my God. Oh, what an owner we have! He's going out there doing, because at the end of the day, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. And if he had people in place, instead of him, then who knows, probably done it quicker. I think everyone's a bit happy because everyone's a bit excited because there is actually a chairman who has I give him that credit. No experience in the game in terms of the transfer window, and you're going out very rigorously and very aggressive. It shows that you're not just only a good businessman, but your adaptability to the game is very, very high, which is obviously a good credit to have. Someone that's being able to adapt to the transfer market, adapt to the meetings, and making sure they can get the targets. That's always a credit, and that's why he is a billionaire where he is, because he makes good decisions, smart decisions, and knows how to do the business. So yeah, it's a win-win. But I do not want to see Todd Boehly in January or next summer leading our transfer negotiations.
No, I think you and I we've agreed it's just a temporary thing. He just had to. He had to do it given the situation we found ourselves in here. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, quickly, let me. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, you were still talking.
No. I was just saying 100%. You're right. I think it's just a situation he found himself in. He's going to take the bull by its horns, for himself. And if it messes up on him, which I believe he feels to take that risk and responsibility. So yeah, it's a good one. But obviously, as we are Chelsea fans, we know how how the market is. We're just a bit frustrated that the people that were in place for so long are no more, and he's doing it by himself with no experience. So, but again, a businessman will always be a good businessman, and it's clearly showing. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And again, I want to welcome my brother and a friend. We met as content creators, but over time, I've learned to trust him and find that yes, he's a nice person indeed. I'm talking about Max from Button Ballers YouTube channel. Again, I will share the link to his channel by the end of the show, or even before the show ends, if my screen is not going to freeze, because that's one aspect of some areas of my system is having an issue, and I haven't found the time to fix them. Max, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. How are you doing, brother?
Hey, hi, Coach. I'm good, thank you. Been super busy, yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Bills don't pay themselves, so I totally understand.
Yeah, I'm in the office more nowadays as well, so
I see that.
I haven't been on as much. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Before I come back to Max and catch up to him, we have 227 people watching, and we have 114 likes. Remember, guys, we're shooting for 300 likes, so keep liking the video if you haven't. And like I've always told you, I'd rather you like the video than donate to the channel, your hard-earned cash to the channel, because there are other ways the channel can make money. And the more you like the video, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered, and the more people will be able to reach, and the more the fun the show will be. More importantly, the more we get to educate more people on what's really going on, because we don't feed you whatever we see out there. We analyze together with those in the chat, those on the panel, and then come to a sensible conclusion so that you don't get confused. That's what we do here. So keep liking the video if you haven't, and also do subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you so much for 4,000 subscribers. And I know it won't be long. We'll actually get to 5,000 subscribers. So I'm going to come back to you, Max. I want to ask you, have you been one of those that were concerned, that we're not going to do well? It's going to be worse for us. Some people, even saying we're going to be in a relegation battle, because in the first few weeks, I don't want to name names, but you could argue that their concerns are genuine because they love the club. It's out of the passion, the love they have the club, that those things are developed from, because they don't want the club to do a bad come next season. Were you concerned at any point?
Not one bit. If anyone's watched my videos, they'll know that I've been calm throughout all this process, because we need to understand that, I can understand why people are frustrated, because what they're doing, they're more focused on what we've done in the past, okay, where we've kind of taken such a long time to get these transfer deals over the line. And it was interesting, those comments that you made. I've read those comments on Ben Jacobs' Twitter feed about how there's no more gameplay in, and it's a case of, okay, this is what we're prepared to pay. We're prepared to walk away from a deal rather than haggling around for a deal, because that's what we've been doing in the past a lot. We've been sort of haggling, and in the end, we haven't got our number one target, or we end up getting somebody as a panic buy, like Saul on loan last season. So I can understand to an extent why we had to do it, because we didn't want to be paying overinflated prices. But I think sometimes we were just a little bit too trying to be too clever in the transfer market, sometimes to our detriment. So and the thing is, Boehly came in late, so I understood that not only did he have to, we were behind other clubs, because obviously with the takeover, and the transfer business isn't just done in the first week of the transfer window. Transfer business is started way before that. So we didn't have a chance to negotiate with a lot of our players. So we were behind a lot of the other clubs.
Concerns then, you could argue, was the survival of the club.
Exactly. That was the thing. And even if, I know people say that we can have talks with other clubs about players, but who's going to join us on not knowing what the outcome of the takeover was? Because we obviously had tight deadlines to meet. So if someone said, yeah, we'll join Chelsea, then find out that we are in a worse situation than we were, then that could stop them from going to other clubs who wanted them. So, so he's obviously Todd Boehly's come in. He's had to, negotiate pretty late on these players. So, but he's coming aggressively. Like for instance, Rafinha one, no nonsense. This is the money I want on the table. It was accepted straight away within that day, But it was obviously the Rafinha who didn't want to come, so there's nothing that we can do about that. I know a lot of people are blaming Todd Boehly for that. How can they blame Todd Boehly unless he gets some people around his house, kidnaps him?
And here's one thing quickly, if you don't mind, Max. Here's one thing he did in the Rafinha situation that I liked. I think I had a conversation with Mikhail about that, and Mikhail says, look, if they're gonna get him, then let them pay more than we put in.
Exactly.
And he did just it, and I love it because it makes sense. Yeah, okay, you want him, he doesn't want to come to us. Nobody, he looks like he didn't listen to all this nonsense. He left the money there. If they really want to get him, they have to pay more than we did, and it looks like they're paying more. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So, so that with that deal, as I said, there's not a lot he could have done about it. What we've seen with the lit one now is that, especially with Bayern Munich coming in, and he doesn't want to be involved in no bidding war. So he said, you know what, I'm going to move on to my next target, which was Koulibaly. Agreed a deal within days, and I give him plaudits for agreeing a deal with De Laurentiis. Because as anyone would know, De Laurentiis at Napoli is one of the hardest people to deal with. Even when we wanted Dries Mertens, remember him? And he only had 6 months left on his contract. But yeah, he still wanted a big fee for him with 6 months left on his contract.
Oh, De Laurentiis is not the easiest of club owners to deal with.
So obviously it's not over the line yet, but from all the reports, we're getting close. And the fact that he's managed to deal with him seamlessly over a day, because we heard about the interest yesterday, the strong interest. Bid was made, and we can get this over the line within a day or two. So that's quite commendable. Yeah. So his approach is good from what I'm hearing from other intermediaries. So it looks like I think there'll be about 2 or 3 more through the door as well. That's why I said don't panic, because okay, we didn't sign anyone yet, but there are things going on in the background that we didn't know about. And if you look, Man City have made 3 signings, Liverpool 2. So if we get this one over the line, and Nathan Ake looks close as well, so we'd have made 3 signings. With more to come. So I think we'll probably see another 2 more coming in. I reckon 5 signings at the least.
Yeah,
and if it's improving,
I think what gives you the number that is makes you can actually estimate the number is how many defenders we're losing. That will help you make a good estimate of how many players will possibly sign at this transfer window. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So I think we at the end of the window. I always said to people, don't judge in before, we're 10 days in when people are judging or something. I said, what you do, you judge at the end of the window, not at the beginning of the window. So had it been that we've gone to the end of the window and we only got 2 people in, then we can moan. But let's just be patient. The only other thing I'll say where fans can be a bit critical is trying to get the business early so they can have a pre-season. But I've already proved why it was hard to get the transfers in early. Yeah. But it looks like Raheem Sterling's flying off to the States to join in the pre-season, which is important. If we can get Koulibaly over the line, he'll be able to join in as well, and possibly Nathan Ake. So if we've got at least 3 of our players joining in pre-season, then that would help shape the season ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for that input, Max. I hope you still have a few minutes time with us. I understand you're at work, but again,
what I may do, I'll probably come on again in about half an hour. Okay. doing a house move at the moment for my
All right.
late mother.
All right.
So
right,
I'm
thank
just
you very
walking
much.
to I'll come back in about 20 minutes or so.
All right, thank you very much again. If you're watching, be sure to go check out Max Button, check out Button Ballers. Again, I'll try to share the link if my screen is not going to give me problems. But at the end of the show, you must definitely see his complete information. You want to go check out this content. And believe me, I wouldn't tell you to go do so if it's not brilliant. You'll thank me later. But that's, by the way, Daniel Crane says, big up people. Hope all is well. Just seeing Raheem Sterling a farewell letter to City and the video and he put on his Twitter account. And again, we've been stalking him ever since. We've been checking his social media account to see if we see anything, but yet he doesn't have anything about Chelsea, but he's removed information about Manchester City from his bio and all that, and also the letter. Those things are giveaway. So no, do not. We did that just to help you understand that, in fact, it is happening. So stop questioning whether he's coming or not. Calm down. He is indeed coming. Smith David says, good luck to strikers that want to get through. Thiago Silva and Koulibaly. And again, probably there are other names that may well join them that we don't know yet. I remember when we think American owners will remove money to buy players, that cannot be guaranteed as yet, because at this point he's allowed to spend a certain amount of money without getting into trouble with the financial fair play rules or something like that. If you're watching, please, we have 224 people watching and we have 135 likes. Remember, guys, we're shooting for 300 likes, and I know we can get there. So keep liking the video. I'm just happy for Todd. He's doing well. Yep. You will learn of both. So see, that's a brilliant of a new younger defenders. Yep, there is. Yeah, they will learn quite a lot from those two, veterans. If you want to, I think that's the better way to phrase it. Not to come across as if I'm judging anybody because of their age or something. Again, I'm checking for updates at the same time. I know also we have people in the chat who is checking. If we see anything, let us know so we can look at it quickly. It says Sky Sports. What did they do? I think what we've been told not to trust Sky Sports, but I don't know why. Here's Lee. He says, "Be right back. Beer time." I know. If you didn't do that, I'd ask you for your ID again. Mom and Safiu, nice to see you. Let me see if there's anything to read. Cannot drink and type. Yep, you can't. That's you gotta get arrested. Leo is expensive. We'll talk about him. We'll read that when it gets time to read about Leo. Button Ballers, best intro in all of Chelsea fandom. Believe me, I agree. He and his boys, and unfortunately for him, one of his boys supports Arsenal, and that's not easy to handle. And I hope I don't get that problem. The best dad and son channel. Yep, that's Button Ballers. If you can, Phantom, please share the link to Button Ballers YouTube channel so that people can go check it out. And thank you very much if you can do that for me. That's a good business type. Again, he's a good business. I'm going to skip to the very bottom because we're going to get into the topic proper right now. Smith David says, Koulibaly, a perfect replacement for Rudiger. For Rudiger, an absolute monster who knows his craft, takes control of the defense. Wonderful acquisition without any doubt. Well done, Todd. And it'd be a marvelous window for us if we can at least, try and add delete to the list. Again, a few comments here. Let me see. Saying teams have tried to get Koulibaly for years, and even us too. For years, and Napoli have always rejected Boehly. Comes in, and yesterday we show interest. By the end of the night, pretty much done. Here's the thing: he's not that Koulibaly for those years. Does that mean he's not a good player? No. And he has 2 years left on his contract. Napoli knows it's a risk not to sell him now. And the truth remains also they'd rather sell to us than sell to Juventus, who also wants to get the player. So it's not really because it's Todd Boehly, but has Todd Boehly done well with the negotiations? You could argue. So Saul was brought in because Gallagher didn't stay as expected, an attacking mid. Yeah, I get the argument there. Yep, and it makes sense. Always Chelsea rush into transfers. Weird, right? But always remember the book read to me about the Tottes. Yeah, that's hilarious. Thank you very much for that. Again, Sterling is already in the United States. He flew in with Broya yesterday. he could possibly get unveiled at the Dodger Stadium, maybe during a football game proper or soccer game, like the Americans would say. Again, I'm going to get to the very bottom. The boss adores likes, but if you want to help him out the odd way, Super Chat does help. Thank you for kindly saying that. Yes, I do prefer you liking the video than a Super Chat. And again, we have 224 people watching and we have 141 likes. Remember, we're shooting for 300 likes. So keep liking the video if you haven't. And thank you. Thank you for all the support. We will get there. And I haven't forgotten, I owe you guys 2 giveaways. And I'm waiting for something. Believe me, the next giveaway is going to be super. We have 4,184 subscribers, and that's not easy, and it's up to you. Koulibaly, a perfect replacement for Rudiger. I think I've read that too. An absolute monster who knows his craft. I think I've read that. So I'm just going to skip to the very bottom so that we can move on to the next topic. It says he doesn't fit enough for Norwich last year. Still not convincing for me. I'm not sure who you're referring to there. A fantasy lover. And Lee says, here, Danny Boy says, the most thing that we're going to do to our club is to implement our targets. Yeah, I get the argument. I am sure Tuchel did say on camera that he had the chat with Connor. The loan deal was the best for him. Again, and then, but here's one thing. Towards the end of the season, when he was interviewed and asked what he intends to do with Conor Gallagher, his response was that we'll look at him during preseason. And with that response, you could actually argue it's not confirmed yet that Conor will be part of the team, but he has a good chance given what we've seen so far. But we'll see what will happen. Can share any channel if related to Chelsea. Yep, if you can. Yep, if you want it. If it's a growing channel, in fact, that we have a common, that's that's part of that. That's a circle here for upcoming channel like me. Fahim CFC, Coolest Chels, Thai Talk CFC, and all this, you can share them there. No worries. Koulibaly should be another option to the replacement of Rudiger. Napoli president Larry Doriente is furious with Kalidou Koulibaly and his agent ahead of Chelsea move. But again, that's seriously contrast, a huge contrast from what the what's his name, the Napoli coach himself is saying. But we'll see. Now let's get into the next topic we have to talk about here, and I'll start with IBZ. I hope he's still with me because it's been a while that he hasn't spoken. IBZ, I know.
Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes, coach. Give me 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll keep talking when you come back. Just join me. Now I'll start with this one. Again, as much as we said we're not going to talk about Barcelona, but there are things I think, because I really do want us, to sign De Jong, and this just shows he's bent on leaving Barcelona, because this just doesn't make sense if you pay attention to it. Again, before I continue, I want to say again, thank you guys, thank you, and you guys are absolute legends. I've said that a million times, just like my brother Oaks from the Green Turf will always say. Well, we have 144 likes, while we have 223 people watching. So if you haven't, please take a second to like a video, and more importantly, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you. I appreciate all the support. Keep liking the video and keep subscribing to the channel. Here, this is I just saw it as okay. Maybe we still have a chance, to sign Frenkie de Jong, and also how this also highlights how the everything the whole thing with Barcelona, has it sounds crazy. It's confusing. Sometimes you need some. So how do I say it? I'm just reading something True Blue says, and it's killing me. you need the FBI or FSB or whatever you call them to help you decipher it. This says Frenkie de Jong's agent Ali Dozen and Hassan Satinkaya have informed Barcelona that Frenkie has still no intention to leave. Also, that Frenkie and agents are not accepting any salary reduction or talks related to that. That's so confusing to me, because it just doesn't make sense. He doesn't want to leave. At the same time, he doesn't want to take a pay cut. Whereas the Laporta, the Barcelona president, has said openly Yeah, they want to keep him, but he has to take a pay cut. That's just hilarious. But I'm going to move away from it quickly. It's just, I just felt like it's funny, and I should share it with you. Follow them all. Yeah, follow them all. Danny Crane, you have to quote your source, otherwise no one is going to believe you. I agree with that. That says the Queen of the House. And by the way, we have the Queen, of all streams. I want to show the Queen of all streams and also Liam Lane how well we love them both here. We had this comment for both of them. We had this one that says, Sylvia, we all love you, and we show it every now and then, and we do check up on you to know how you're doing. And we had this one for Liam Lane, who, by the way, was the first or one of the first to comment today, is doing well. And thank you to Asamoah, who always reminds me to check up on our members who aren't doing well also. And then again, where do I stop? And then I'm going to read this one. Another thing, injury happened to us, and also international break, and players are tired, so we need to back up players. And again, you're saying backup again. You're saying backup, Steve Chelsea. You're saying backup again. We don't use the term backup yet. You know I love you, bro, but don't say backup again. Ake will be fine to replace Christensen. No, Ake will never be you cannot measure Christensen in terms of ball playing ability, maybe physicality, maybe in pace. Maybe you could argue overall, but I think he cannot replace Christensen in terms of what role Christensen is able to fulfill for us. Again, we have 240 people watching, and we have 149 likes. Remember, we're shooting for 300 likes. So please, if you haven't, take a second to like the video. And everybody asked you to pay. Tell them Street Beer had already paid for you. Just because you don't comment doesn't mean you're not listening. Yes, that's a delicious comment. And that doesn't mean you're not supporting the channel. Yep, you're watching, you don't have to comment. You're supporting the channel. Sometimes there are channels I go to and watch, I don't even comment, but I'm subscribed. And you watching the video also contributes to the watch hours, and that's huge. People talking about Koulibaly because he's starting one. I guess a Liverpool should just sell Van Dijk. Yeah, good work there.
I'm back.
Yeah, okay, I'll come back to you in a bit. Koulibaly is a very, very intelligent player. Let that sink in. More importantly, he uses his intelligence more than his build, because he's a big guy, or his pace or aggression is secondary to him, but his intelligence more important. He's just like Thiago Silva. Even though you're younger, you're quicker than Thiago Silva, you will not get the chance to race against him, let alone outpace him. Why do I say that? It is his intelligence. And there's no type of player you mentioned that he hasn't played against or played with. So before you make that move, in most cases, majority of the times he's able to anticipate what you want to do, and as such will be at the right place at the right time to stop you from executing your plan. So about Koulibaly's age, is his intelligence, not really his power, his build, or his pace. It's about his intelligence, and he's still got it in him. And because of that, he will play the game for a long time, and his age won't be an issue as long as he takes care of his body, very well mentally. He will be fine. Again, let me bring you to this. Let's start from here. Okay, I'm just gonna catch up a bit. So there's some stuff I can actually catch up along with. This here says Amanda Breuer used the same private jet as Raheem Sterling. They've both arrived in LA. That tells you what do you think Raheem is there to do? Maybe to just he's there just to watch the preseason games. Maybe go visit Reece James if they're friends, and then he goes back again to Man City. If that's what you think, that's up to you. But that just shows you that it's done. Raheem Sterling is a Chelsea player, having passed all remaining parts of his medical and signing a 5-year contract again. That just confirms he's a Chelsea player. So just let's move on from that. Now let's come to the man of the moment. Kalidou Koulibaly has accepted Chelsea's 4-year contract offer, 3-year with option. Chelsea are ready to pay around 40 million. It's now down to Napoli. I think we'll be able to get the deal over the line. So your thoughts are IBZ, before I ask you a follow-up question, I want to know your thoughts on where we are with the pursuit of Kalidou Koulibaly.
Kalidou Koulibaly, from what I saw, was that a bid submitted a bid, second bid, personal terms agreed, around 40 million. Yeah, I mean, we just got to do what we've been doing with all the targets we've been linked with over the past month or so. Sit down and wait. The breakthrough in all these things, my breakthrough is no more a tweet or a report or Sky Sports breaking news about, player is agreed terms. That don't move me no more. I'm not moved until I see that said player, either with Thomas Tuchel or Todd Boehly, holding up the sign, or both of them in a picture with a fake contract, fake signing as if they're signing something. That's when I'll be moved. When I hear someone's terms agreed, all of that, I've had too much of that this window for me to just latch onto every single report. So that tweet you just read out, my mind now is calculated as irrelevant. We've heard the news. We're interested in Koulibaly. We've accepted a bid. The next stop now is fly to preseason and get this. All this valuation. The president doesn't want to sell to other. That's all stories. That's story. Story. Give me the real. Well, whilst obviously I understand that obviously these things take time, and we're talking about big money, millions and millions of pounds. So obviously we're talking about discussing how that millions of pounds is going to be spent, talking about players' personal terms, where he's going to live, how much, all of those things, his own personal sponsorship and endorsements, how that's going to incorporate with Chelsea, all of those personal terms will be discussed. But I ain't got time to be getting updates on that every day. I want to know the key components. We made a bid, accepted, unveiling. Boom, that's it. So when I see reports like Kalidou Koulibaly, it's optimistic, but I think I've been scarred by the Rafinha, for me to get so excited with a deal and then for it to be taken away from me. And I'm not used to this situation of us playing catch up in the transfer window. So I just have to, for my own sanity, don't read into anything until medical. The highest I will accept is medical. Like, what I'm trying to say? That's the highest reason, the highest source of reliance I will rely on, like player medical. Apart from that, if then bids agree, no, that don't move me. I just hope that Khalid can be done as quickly as Monday next week, Tuesday, early next week, if we're really, really serious. Apart from that, I hope it doesn't stretch out for another 2 weeks, because that's when I'll start reading what's all this. What was the point of the tweet yesterday, or what was the point of putting off? And it's media plays a part in it. Media plays a part in building fans up, and getting everyone. It's a transfer window is the most roller coaster period as a football fan, because you're just you're relying on reports, and reports can be so misleading, and so for the sake of our own sanity, Kalidou Koulibaly will sign. We hope he signs. We hope that it's quicker than we expect, because it looked like everything was done in terms of transfers, in terms of the bid, acceptance, and personal terms. It looks like all three of those things were done very, very quickly. So hopefully the next part of the deal can be done very, very quickly. So that makes maybe by the end of this week, he is having a medical to fly out to London or to America over the weekend. So by Monday, boom, we have Kalidou Koulibaly and Raheem Sterling, 2 signings, and the transfer window is not done yet. So yeah, that's the optimism that I would like to have. So from now to August, we now look at the more strengthening. So maybe another midfielder, wing backs, because that's the area of concern. So yeah, right now, I don't want the Twitter journalists to put my hopes up. I don't want that, unless it's verified people. And even still, they're only getting, it's small talk. So we pray for better, Jay Shah. We just hope that everything gets sorted very, very quickly. Very, very quickly.
Yeah, again, overall, I just want to say, here's the thing. Again, if you paid attention to everything IBC said, it makes sense. Again, we're advising you not to just quickly jump. Just in case of the case of Raheem Sterling, it's very different. We're seeing lots of factors that we can, put together. Then you could say, yep, this guy, I think that one has crossed the line. The medicals have been completed. The fee has been accepted. But if you pay attention, for instance, in the case of Kalidou Koulibaly, it's still everywhere. They're not uniform. What you see out there are not uniform. So it's still everywhere. So that's why you have to trade cautiously. Just don't jump to the conclusion it's done. But is it getting closer? I think it's getting closer. He actually said, Coachella, you need a coffee. And only one person was at Norwich, and he is good enough. Anybody thinking a kid was going to carry Norwich? I didn't say a kid was going to carry. No, what did I say? Did I concur to what somebody said? I read it and I said, okay, I'm not sure what this person is talking about. But yeah, I thought maybe he was conversing with someone else, and I, just jumped in. Big up, bro, and everyone here. Big up to you, to Ankit from Almighty Blues FC, a brother, a friend. Thank you for finding time to join us. And if you haven't, please go check out Almighty Blues FC. And he has one of the best Chelsea shows, a trivia show. And if you feel like you know Chelsea very well, and if you feel like you know football very well overall, because I think the format has changed, reach out to Ankit, tell him you want to participate. But more importantly, do subscribe to his channel and let him know I sent you. I know I loved you for a reason. Again, thank you very much. Blue family, we're going to make it next season. If you believe it depends, again, it all comes down to how many changes we make and the areas where we make the changes. It is never simple. Gallagher is a killer. He needs us to stay with us. He needs to stay with us. But it all comes down to what the manager wants. We must understand that, again, it's not that simple. It's a complicated situation because the manager, when he's been waxing Atleticos about him, again, but in the end, what we heard is that him saying, again, I'm looking at updates at the same time, so bear with me. If I see an update, I want to set it up in a way so that I'll be able to share with you. So again, then towards the end of the season, his response was that we'll look at all of them during the preseason. Maybe it's just him trying not to make sure Gallagher doesn't come back feeling like he will walk straight into the team. He needs to show that he can do it actually. But of all the kids, of all the youth players, or you could say academy graduates or academy graduates, I think he's the most likely to be integrated into the team given his industry. And he's done well. He did well at Crystal Palace, but we'll see what happens. Give Alonso and Aspi for 50 million for De Jong and 50 million for De Jong. It is not just us. Manchester United are interested also. And Alonso and Aspi, I think their fees and that it doesn't amount to something sizable that they consider. But let's see what happens. Sounds fair, Chelsea. I say is that De Jong is a beast. Signing him will make us be more active. He will be De Bruyne. I think it remains to be seen whether we're really interested in the player. Of which right now I don't think so. We do Liam Lane. Yes, it should be not only Gallagher, Colwell, Broya, and Padu have to stay. 5 subs next season. Again, even with 5 subs, I don't think they will all stay. I think a few of them will still go out on loan. I'm thinking he'd be able to accommodate at most 3. That's what I'm thinking. I think Frankie's agents are looking for Barca to pay them compensation as a penalty for showing he wants to stay. Which player with a self-esteem would like to stay after his money is given to Rafinha? that's a very hilarious way to phrase it. Yeah, indeed, his money, because they're owing him salary, and then they went on and paid that much money for Rafinha. So it just doesn't make sense, and I don't think the kid actually really wants to stay for Barcelona. It's all nonsense, and he's not going to come out and say, well, you know what? I want to leave. You owe me. No, I don't think it does that. Again, says Timo Werner will be Sterling's backup. We'll see what happens. Again, we don't call players back up here, but we'll see. The pay may go to Sevilla, I hear. Sevilla, I in part exchange for Koundé. Yeah, because if Tuchel doesn't want Koundé, let him go where they want. Adewale Ogundeyi, my Niger brother, says, please, why do we, Chelsea, refuse to bid for Dembele? Who told you we didn't? I think we wanted him. I think he's always wanted to stay at Barca. All those things you heard that we offered him a deal and all those things were all nonsense. It's they were all not the truth, and we're finding out now that he never wanted to come to us again. That's how I see it. It's a Broya installing from the US. I think we're hearing that there already because the journalists that talked about their arrival both traveled, not with the team, but they traveled to cover Chelsea stay in the United States. I think they talked about him too. But that's, by the way, again, let me see. I'm going to skip to the very bottom. We need 1 or 2 more players with brain, a visionary who can make a pass, a shot. Yeah, we need another Fabregas, but I haven't seen another Fabregas. Every player you try to compare with them differs one way or the other, but Fabregas is just a special in its ability to pick out passes or to split defenses. Thank you for 150 likes. Right now, it's actually 160 likes. I don't know how to pay back the love you guys have shown this channel, but believe me, I got big plans. The next giveaway will be even bigger. But again, we'll talk about that later. I haven't forgotten my promise. And we have, again, we have 228 people watching, and we have 163 likes. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. Please keep liking the video if you haven't, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I'd rather you like the video than you donating your hard-earned cash to the channel, because the likes do more. Again, the donations I will take, but the likes do more. Like the videos, you watching already does go a long way. You even sharing the video, those things do go a long way for the channel. Thank you very much. It says again, be sure to go check out the coolest Charles. That's Tobago, and that's the name of its YouTube channel. And be sure to let him know I sent you. We didn't want Dembele to shop offers with our contract. We didn't being scapegoated like in Rafinha's case. Good, we didn't officially bid for Dembele. It's a good thing. It would have been worse. We would look very bad, but it doesn't look like we wanted him seriously. It doesn't look like the club were serious about getting him. For some reasons, I don't know, but there are reasons I'd argue that maybe the club have looked at it and say, we don't want the baggage that this guy comes with, or some similar. But I hope you understand my point if you're paying attention. It says it's time some youth get a chance. We gave Mason one, and seeing him now, I think those the difference between Mason Mount and probably some of those guys show calling for the club to give a chance. For instance, if you're talking about Levi Cowell, Mason Mount went out on loan to Redesv. That's, oh my gosh, I can't say the name of that league. To the Dutch league, let me just say that. He went on loan to the Dutch league. He came back, went to Derby County on it. So he's paid his dues. He's proven. I don't think Levi Cowell has done that much, but I think I'd still argue he's good enough. Again, let's keep going here. As this guy like Broya and Cowell must stay. Again, it all comes down to what Tuchel wants to do. I guess Barca couldn't afford Koulibaly. Or maybe Koulibaly himself says, you know what, he's African, by the way. Maybe Mendy called him and said, wait, brother, where are you going? This guy's all players, money there. What are you going to go do there? That thing you think you can get there, I think you can get it at Chelsea. And he thought about it and said, wait, what? To heck with it. I can't wait. I'm going to Chelsea. Killer Red, nice to see you here, brother. I guess Barca couldn't afford Koulibaly. Yep, again, thank you for saying that. All good players, but they clearly preferred Barca. So why waste our time trying to get them? Again, go check out Almighty Blues FC, and if you haven't, please be sure to subscribe. We have 213 people watching, and we have 170 likes. 30 away to get to 300, to get to 200. Remember, we're shooting for 300 likes, so we need 130 more, and believe me, we can do that. So keep liking the video if you haven't. Barca were preferring a younger CB. That may well be the case. What do you think about the Delete, De Jong, and Koundé? I like Delete. I like De Jong. Koundé, for the reason I'm hearing, is a player I've liked. Is a player I like. But if the club doesn't want him, or if the manager doesn't want him, I don't advocate the club going for him. It's as simple as that. Killer Red again says they may come back if Koundé doesn't agree. This is imperative. Napoli accepts our second bid of 38 plus 2 after 35 was turned down. Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you very much for that update, my brother. Almighty Blues FC. Again, go check out his channel and be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Says let the bills pile up. Again, I'm going to skip to the very bottom because maybe we're still in the same topic, but I want to bring in Rodrigo, the driver of the Chelsea fans' panic boss. No, Rodrigo, have you quit your job or as a Chelsea panic boss driver? Because things are looking good for us.
Well, I'm going on sabbatical the day announced.
No, but jokes apart, your thoughts on how quickly you could say talking about, going 0 from 100. I think Drake will be proud of how Chelsea moved in this one. Go 0 to 100. I think the club's move for Koulibaly, it's a prime example of that. Your thoughts on how fast it's going, and we're hearing the update from my brother here. And by the way, again, don't forget to go check out his YouTube channel. Great individual, a brother, a friend, a fellow content creator. He's everything to me, and I love him so much. Go check out his YouTube channel and be sure to subscribe. So your thoughts on how quickly we've moved?
Yeah. Oh, in that message, it seems like Napoli haven't actually accepted Chelsea bid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think they kind of like they've come to that realization that Koulibaly himself wants to leave. And I heard they were offering him a pay cut, but with some incentive, he'll be part of the board. Like, who cares about that? So
exactly. Do you get paid? You get paid for being part of the board, but you can be fired too.
Exactly. So I think this Koulibaly deal is very close. I think it's a matter of details. I wouldn't be surprised if we sign him by tomorrow. But knowing Chelsea, we're gonna announce him by early August. That's just the pace we're moving.
Let me ask you this: is that enough to get you to tell those you're on board with you on the panic bus to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm not driving this bus again.
No, I'm greedy, so I want another side. I'm telling Mr. Boehly, please give me another centre back. We can't go into a season with 2 recognized centre backs, Koulibaly. So I need another one, and then I'll put the brakes on. Then I might be for another midfielder, but okay, that's just But I think this is a good signing. I think it will happen.
It is. It looks like you've changed. This will be. I expected you to say this will be a good signing, but you're already saying this is a good signing. Looks like you're no longer on the panic bus anymore.
No, I'm always very pessimistic, and that's just in my nature. I'm like that. Even when it comes to games, I always wear the same Chelsea top. And I tell you a story. The reason why Chelsea didn't win the League Cup in 2008 against Tottenham is because I put the top that I always wear, my good luck top, and my mum put it somewhere and I couldn't find it. So that's how we
have you Rodrigo, go and find it. Make sure you find it. Make sure you find it. But that's, by the way, always brilliant to have you on the panel, and hopefully you still have time to stay with us. Again, I love you, I respect you, bro. I appreciate you always being available, and I hope you still have time because you're always at work. Again, if you're watching, we have 202 people watching. We have 174 likes. Remember, we're shooting for 300 likes, people. So keep liking the video. Let me just catch up with the chat quickly, Rodrigo, and I'll come back to the panel, which is so we can move on.
No worries.
Now. Yeah, okay, thank you, bro. And again, as you're watching, please take a second to let us know where you're watching from. That makes us happy. That shows us how wide we're able to reach, Chelsea. We're able to reach the fans across the globe. Koulibaly maybe next potential in the coming season as the fans. Okay, I get that. Gallagher is a machine compared to Kante. Both are very energetic players. Both are, similar in the sense that when you have them on the pitch, even if they have a broken leg, they still be running until the man in the middle blows the final whistle. True. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I think we need a serious talk, maybe in your upcoming shows about where do we actually see Conor Gallagher play.
Yeah, I think we'll make a good show. I think we should talk about how each of them fits. I know we've talked about it before. Maybe this time we need to talk about it in details, even more. But we'll see what happens. It's not just this window; it's every window. Felix, nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Please let me know everything is okay with you. Koulibaly deal is not yet done. Thank you for saying that, and that's how we roll here. Unsure about Gnabry. I'd rather us go for Rafael Leão, like Rodrigo taught me to pronounce his name, than Gnabry. Or we can actually have them both. But we'll see. Congrats to you guys, though. Todd Boehly is finally moving. Like my board says, be excited, Killer Red. Yep, congrats. So also, yes, and he can strike a ball. James, thumbs up for my brother. Koulibaly is a good. He's as good as Van Dijk? You could argue that may well prove to be even better until they come. We'll see how they both do in the Premier League, and then we can, draw conclusions. Let me see. I know before I make a move here, somebody else may have blocked the person. Prove it. Yeah, he proved that long ago. I am worried Barca will come swooping in. I don't think that will happen. That's one thing you can take from Africans. He probably looks, and again, he knows they owe some people money. They're hearing about all those things. I don't think he was sticking his head in there. And I don't think De Laurentiis, he's not that kind of a person. Barcelona will have to pay out twice as much as Chelsea wants to pay before he turns around and says, anyway, it's all about money, take him. I don't think that will happen. And remember, we had Todd Boehly traveled to Spain, where he sat with Laporta and his board, and they had a meeting. So I think they have you could say they have some measure of some gentleman agreement. And if Barcelona tries that with Koulibaly, I think Chelsea will most definitely, and that's it, the end of relationship in terms of selling players to each other with Chelsea and them. And they still want two of our players. I don't think they'd risk it. Again, that's my argument right there. Says Mormon Safiu says then okay, good. Okay, I'm not sure what he's saying. They were looking at me the bid on Dembele. He's a free agent. Yep. So no bid. Yeah, that's the truth. Again, if Barca by moment when them investing, I don't think they'll be investigated. They have every right to come for players they want. I'm just going to come back to the panel right now, and let me see what I want to. There's something else I want us to look at here. We've looked at this, which is about Koulibaly. Delete this one. Amantu Proya, again, we've looked at this one. Raheem Sterling, we've looked at that one. And this one also, we've looked at that one. And this says, again, what I want to talk about this is this Raheem Sterling's salary. And again, what I want to ask you is this, Rodrigo, we've always, on Chelsea perspective, we do like to talk about player salaries a lot. And whenever we're looking at players, and even if you watch one of the videos I made, I was arguing why Chelsea shouldn't sign Ousmane Dembele, I argued that the salary is a problem. That the moment he comes in and you give him anything north of 300, and then when it comes time for the club to renew the contracts of the players who are running out of contract, they'd want something close, or even in most cases, it depends on how they do, or if they feel that like they're more important than that player, or if they feel like other clubs are looking at them, and if they go to those clubs, there's a chance they get even more than the highest paid player at the club. So you have a serious problem at hand. And Raheem Sterling right now, he set the measure now, and we looking to negotiate a new deal with Mount and Reece James, both, especially Reece James, whom you could argue Real Madrid have started tapping him up a bit, and Manchester City also. You know how they do that. They know how to play that game very well. So your thoughts on what issues this is going to cause at the club?
Yeah, personally, this was in the making because we gave a ridiculous contract to people like Timo Werner, to people like Kai Havertz. Some of them have got potential. So when you have someone like Raheem Sterling coming from a big club, relatively big club in modern day, and he's a Premier League proven, and he actually has numbers to back it. So he commands that sort of weekly wages that you can actually justify because you know what you're getting with Sterling, and he has the numbers to back it. So any player that's going through the renewal, if they want to get high wages, they have to back it. They have to justify with numbers. So people like Mason Mount and Reece James, they're in their own right to ask for that sort of wage. And when you go for jobs, usually they look at the benchmark the benchmark of your role in the market and see how much people do your role get paid. So James, Mount, and I can see them getting the salary bump up maybe to just under 200k a week. That should be good enough for what they've achieved so far. But I don't think it's realistic to expect like Mount and James to also be asking for 300k a week. Even then, no, like Sterling.
That's the argument. No, I don't agree with you. Rodrigo, what are you doing? You're thinking, you don't think they deserve to earn that much money?
No, I don't think they. I don't think they.
What if somebody comes at you with an argument? They're Champions League winners and Raheem isn't, and they beat Manchester City in the final of the Champions League. So explain to me. Just go ahead. You just started a fight. You can't win.
Yeah, for me, it's more on the age side. There's no 22-year-old. Obviously, Mbappe is something out of the blue. There's no 21-year-old in football now that's getting anywhere near 300k a week. So for the role they're doing at 300k a week is too high. That's the curse of being a big club. You want to attract talent. You want to attract a player that's already on 300k a week. So you have to balance it out. You have to look at you can't live beyond your means. So our accountant at Chelsea might have looked at this and say, right, we can afford a Sterling, and then we can afford to renew Mount and James on closer to 200k. And then
go ahead, brother.
And then we can have in their contract, maybe this contract is bonus heavy, so for every target you achieve, your salary goes up. So that sort of structure we can have with Mount and James as well. Just keep them on the toes.
Now you're making sense. I think that argument, yes, I agree with you. The structure can say, okay, you want to earn that much money, but let's see you do this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but that's the thing. But here's the thing. I know. Do you really agree? I want to get your thoughts on that. Do you agree that whether you like it, maybe you don't want to see it as a problem? Let me just phrase it this way. The fact that these guys, that Raheem Sterling is on 300 plus a week, the moment he comes to Chelsea, he's at Chelsea now already. We know that. The moment it's time to talk about Reece James's new contract and Mount's new contract, they know they will start quoting something around 350. If the club presents something to them, they say, no, that's not okay. We want like around 350 or 320, just a little less. Or they actually have every right to ask more than Raheem Sterling. Like I'm explaining again, here's the reason that comes to mind. They were part of the team that beat the team that Raheem Sterling was part of in the UEFA Champions League final. And Raheem Sterling is not a Champions League winner.
Yeah, exactly. So they can
and
say
they
that.
are world champions.
But we can also, the negotiator can also tell him that Sterling has vast experience, more experience than you guys in delivering the Premier League title. He was an instrumental player in Man City's, I would say, actually, how many? The 1-4. Actually, in 3 of the 4 titles that Pep has won. Actually, in all of them, Sterling has played a key role in those title wins. So, again, I feel like they need to justify. Obviously, they'll say they've won the Champions League, but I feel like they've only done it in one season. For them to command such high wages, they need to obviously also prove it in the league. This is why if I was negotiating for them, I would say we have bonuses that incentivize them to perform in the league. So then, when it comes to the next renewal, they can easily get closer to 350 or whatever. But that's the curse of being. Do you want to be a big club or not? If you want to be a big club, you can't be acting like Dortmund. So you have to pay up the money.
Then at the same time, you can be giving players how much they're asking in salary and spending like that, and then end up like Barcelona in a few years.
Yeah, so it's a balance that we need to strike.
It's a difficult thing to handle. It's not, but I'm glad we're talking about it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it's a difficult balance. Personally, I blame Man City because City gave him a 300k a week. So so basically, we started negotiation on 300k minimum. So we already had one hand tied behind our back. So we can only go above 300k. So it seems like he accepted to take just a small pay rise on top of that 300k. Because if you're someone else, would have asked
Yeah.
for a 50% increase on his wages, but I don't think he did.
Here's the thing again, Rodrigo. Man City giving Raheem Sterling a 300 a week. It's something that occurs naturally. You sign a player, you start them at 250. When it's time to renew their contract, they'd ask more, especially if they do well. And if you remember 17, 18, 19, 20, he was brilliant for them. I think it was 17, 18, he had, I think, around 20 goals, 11 assists or so. I've forgotten the numbers, but his numbers has always been good at Man City, except for from the past 3 years to now. So again, it's a natural occurrence. Then when it's time to renew a player's contract, you pay them more. Except if we're going to adopt let's say the formula of Inter Milan, once it's time to renew your contract, if it's getting closer to a certain number, they find a way to sell you. But that's, by the way, I want to bring Matt in. Max from Button Ballers again. Thank you for finding the time to join us back, brother. I sincerely do appreciate that. Rodrigo, I don't know if you've checked out his YouTube channel. And if you haven't, I asked somebody to help me share the link. Yes, I'll provide his complete information in the description section once the video is ready. But right now, please, if you can, do share the link to his channel in the chat section. I don't know why I'm not seeing the chats again, but it will come back. This StreamYard does that. Matt, I want to bring you into this conversation, Matt. Now, let me read the comment from Athletic, and it makes sense. It says, Raheem Sterling is to be paid more than 300K a week, pounds, including bonuses by Chelsea. It is potentially a smart investment, but it will also complicate contract talks with Reece James and Mason Mount, and that argument makes a perfect sense. But I want to get your thoughts into it, Max. The question is, how do we handle it? Rodrigo have suggested maybe the club will say, okay, you want this? Okay, it all depends on how you perform.
Yeah, I agree to that extent with what Rodrigo's saying, because look, he's earned this because of what he's done and what he's achieved in the game for Manchester City and England. Okay, so you're always going to have people who are going to be higher earners. Mason Mount and Reece James are still relatively young, and they need to get a big contract. Because at the moment they're on peanuts at the minute, so they need to double in there if things going to be good for them. Double in there what they're on at the moment. The only issues what you'll have with this is like with what we saw with Lukaku, where somebody's on 350,000 a week and is not earning that money on the pitch, So Mason Mount was well in his rights to turn around, say last year, and say, look, I've outperformed Lukaku, but he's earning 3 times the wages that I'm on at the moment. What's going on? So
we won the Champions League too.
Exactly. So for me, if Raheem puts in the numbers on the pitch and he's proving why we're paying big bucks for him week in, week out, then they can't really argue, because it's just like it's just like, that's the thing as well with the press. Every time Chelsea do something, there's always an issue. I haven't heard similar stories about Manchester City because they're going to be paying Erling Haaland big bucks. So I haven't heard them saying, oh, it's going to be a problem for the likes of Phil Foden or people like that. Tottenham pay Harry Kane more than they do maybe someone like a Harry Winks, and rightly so. Because, okay, Reece James and Thing are important members of our team, and they've proved that over the last couple of seasons. But I think they understand the game better than for them to say, look, Raheem Sterling's going to be on this. I want sort of parity or close to what he's getting. So I just think that's a little bit of mischief making. And I think, if you saw as well, Reece James, I'm not sure if you saw the interview that he had with the BBC a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I saw that, but money changes everything.
Not really. We saw that with Rafinha. If money changes everything, then Rafinha would have been a Chelsea player now, not a Barcelona player. So sometimes if you are, you want to join someone badly, or you've got a close affiliation with a club, it's not always about the money, because football, at the end of the day, footballers are well paid. So how many more Ferraris can you buy with the money you're getting? So I think if he's getting what he feels he's worth, and we don't undervalue them, because at the moment Reece James is undervalued. I think he's on 50,000 a week or something ridiculous like that. And
Which you
makes
could
amounts.
argue it wasn't the club's fault.
It
It's a
wasn't the
good
club's fault.
Yeah.
At the time, obviously, he was, he was getting sort of what, because how old is he now? I can't remember, 21. So he was getting what a player who's just come out of the development team is, that's the sort of money that he was getting. So now he's proved himself, and his contract wasn't up until a couple of seasons, so the club didn't have to renew. He's proved himself over the last 2 seasons that he's worth a lot more. So this contract negotiation that he's going to have, the club's got to offer him what is going to be deemed to be good money, because there are going to be teams like Real Madrid, Manchester City, who expressed an interest in him. He's going to know that. His agent's going to know that as well. So I think more than what the Raheem Sterling situation, I think it's the fact that he's got suitors, and Mason Mount's probably got suitors as well, who know their worth. So we need to, as long as they're getting something that they're happy with, and it's, I say something around the 180,000 mark isn't, that's the decent sort of money to give them both. So if they're getting something like that, then I think they'll be happy.
Yeah, but I want to know from you, really, do you agree that it complicates it at least to a certain measure, because they're well aware that this guy coming in, he's going to start earning around that number, I want to get your thoughts on that.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it as an issue. As I said, I really don't see it as an issue. He's coming in as one of our marquee signings, just like Lukaku did last season. So I don't think it's an issue, because we'll have issues like this up and down the country because you've got people who there's never a parity in football for pay, and especially, for instance, with Reece James, he's a defender. Defenders don't usually get paid as high as an attacking player anyway, unless the only exception I think is Van Dijk at Liverpool. But usually the attacking players, they are the sort of big draws, and those are the ones who usually have the bigger contracts, and that's usually accepted in football, So, and they know that, because at their age, when Ryan Sterling was their age, he wasn't on that sort of salary. So they know that if they carry on progressing, then they will get big money. If they get up to the superstar status, they will get superstar money. And I think that's the issue with football at the moment, is that, especially with some of our younger players, they've got it too quick, too fast. Like when we gave Callum Hudson-Odoi that big wage rise to stave off Bayern Munich.
Because we didn't want to lose him.
Exactly. But I want players to earn their money, not get it easy, because for me, that doesn't set a good precedence. If we give them let them know, if you show more improvement over the next couple of seasons, we'll renegotiate your contract again, give you more money. And that, to me, is motivation in itself.
Yeah, I think that's a very good argument. Thank you very much there, Max. Always good to have you around. And hopefully, I know you're at work. Again, I'm going to try to be sending you a link during weekends, because I honestly miss your great input. And by the way, when you left, everybody in the chat, they were all singing your praises. And I hope most of them have subscribed to your channel. And if you haven't, please take a second, go check out Button Ballers YouTube channel. Believe me, you will like it. Be sure to subscribe. Great content, great individual. He knows the club very well. And please be sure to let him know I sent you. Yeah, that's whenever you have the time to go subscribe. And if you can, get the link to his channel, share it in the chat, no problem. Let others know this is the link to Button Ballers YouTube channel. Thank you very much, Max. Again, I cannot thank you enough.
Yeah. I appreciate your kind words as well. Yeah, always good.
More thanks to you. More thanks to you.
Yeah, thank you.
More thanks to you, brother. Yeah, thank you. Again,
okay, I've got to rush back to work now, so I'll take care. I'll probably listen in. Okay, take care.
All right, thank you. Subi says like all humans are into beers. Okay, I get that. And again, we have 183 people watching. If you haven't, take a second to like the video. We have 190 likes, just 10 more to get to 200. So we need 110 to get to our overall target, which is 300 likes, and we can do that today. So keep liking the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Moshi is better. I says, but I think they could have given Sterling an ultimatum to earn that much money. Again, you can put clauses in a contract that says, okay, if you're able to achieve this goal, then we can up your salary to a certain amount. And in a bit, I'm going to get LBZ's thoughts on the salary issue before we move ahead to the next topic. Gallagher will be the next Lampard. I think I need to compare them both. I think maybe he can do better than Lampard. I don't know, but we'll check. We'll look at that if given the chance. That's a fact. The truth. If any younger, sorry.
That is a massive claim on Connor to be Lampard. That is massive.
But I think it's a different profile of player, but I think something we have to talk about someday. You want to add something to it?
No.
Okay. Here says if any youngster out on loan last season needs to stay at Chelsea, it's Gallagher. That one I test makes us all think that okay, this one has to stay. Again, it says strictly too far, but I see what you mean. Yep, I don't want him to go down to a year. He's been with us since he was 6. That's the type of player you don't want to lose because he's Chelsea through and through. Thiago Silva, the master of defending with the Senegalese rock at the back. Then you have intelligence plus intelligent player plus another intelligent player. Maybe we'll have rocket scientists there, maybe, if you want to phrase it that way.
I'll take him to hold on. I'll take him to just hold on a bit. Hold on. The Napoli president is known as a madman. He might just change his mind. So let's hold on.
Yep. Kim, so you heard what Rodrigo said to you. He says, hold on, calm down. It's not over the line yet until we get it over the line. But thank you for that. Always slightly pushing lines. Yep, PJ artist. Sterling has 4 Premier League more than Reece and Mount. Reece and Mount both have Champions League, and they beat Sterling in the final, if you want to bring up that argument. It's that simple. Kim, so how much for them makes, I'm not sure how much it makes, but I don't think he's earning so much now. And Sterling needs to learn how to get UEFA Champions League too. Thank you very much. That's a good argument. First, teamers on high wages should not be a problem. It's players who hardly play. Yep, that's another argument that want more money. That is the problem. Oh, no, they wouldn't even ask you for more money. They'd be like, even though they're not playing, and you get somebody interview them and say, what are you going to do about your Chelsea future? You hear them say, well, I'll stay and fight for my place. What they mean is actually, I'll stay and continue earning money. I'm being paid a lot. What do you think? So it's that simple. Farmer in me says, again, we are bigger than City. Reece won't join them. Again, Pep has a huge pool for players. I think once he calls a player, most of them do want to join him. Why Chelsea pays Sterling more than Mason Mount? Because he's just coming in. And Mason Mount started with even lower salary. So to Mason Mount, the time he got a bigger salary that he was earning at Chelsea, to him, it's a big increase. So you can't jump. That's so much you can jump from. That is one particular, like earning like 60, let's say from like 10 or 7 a week to like just that. I'm using that to just an example to just 150, 200. It doesn't happen like that. That jump is huge. Yo, from Alone the World, the channel and myself, hope you feel welcome. Yeah, welcome to everybody. I'm sure it's going to be exciting. Cannot wait for another. Here we go. I'm waiting for it. City are allergic to Champions League titles. Oh, that's a good troll there. I like it. Kia, made themselves fear love. Yep, fear indeed. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, and I'm going to come back to the panel and ask IBZ what he thinks about the salary, the suggestion here that the salary may well be an issue, and I think it will be. IBZ, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you. Did you say the salary?
Do you want me to read it for you?
Yeah, read that out for me, please.
Okay, it says that Raheem Sterling is to be paid more than 300K a week, including bonuses by Chelsea. it is potentially a smart investment, but it will also complicate. It will also complicate talks with Reece James and Mason Mount, and I think that's the truth. But your thoughts? I want to get your thoughts.
Yeah and no. Bear with me. I'm gonna go to another room. Bear with me.
Yeah. So, Rodrigo, while we wait for him to come back, so I don't know if you said. I want to ask you. Yeah, go ahead. You back?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah.
No problem.
300K a week for
Plus bonuses.
Plus bonuses. So we'll say potential 350K. I don't see it going anywhere.
Just to be safe, let's say around let's say
330
maybe or something. Just above three. Just saying above 300, that works.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. What's the problem? There shouldn't be a problem, especially like that's his deal. That's what we need. That's our guy. That's who we identified. That's who we need, and we're bringing him in and we're paying him. He has to earn more, or his deal will need to be more lucrative than what he was earning. Like, what's the point of him leaving if his deal is going to be less than what he's already receiving? So we're always going to give Raheem Sterling a lucrative deal package. It's inevitable. You don't go to another job to get the same you were getting and or less. You're going to go to a new job and you're going to get more, especially if they identified you as someone for their business. So that's understandable. Now, the current performance in that squad, not to say that their deals will not be increased or they will not receive a lucrative deal, but their lucrative deals may surpass Raheem Sterling. So this is probably Raheem Sterling's last big contract as a footballer.
But that's not Reece James's business. That's not Mason Mount's business.
Yeah, exactly. That's not their business. So they shouldn't pick up a fuss and say, "Oh well, Raheem Sterling's earning this, so why I should earn this." That's not your concern, my friend. Your concern is the deal for yourself, and it will be packaged. They'll have a package deal for him. If I'm not mistaken, I think Reece's deal ends in 2025, Mason 2026. Maybe I'm read it wrong, but still, we can still enter negotiations for them, and it won't be a problem at all. Raheem Sterling coming on 300K a week, that is not an issue. Like that shouldn't be an issue. And if any player is using it as a, oh well, you know, he's earning this, why should I earn this much? Then that just goes to show about your professionalism. Like at the end of the day, these guys are younger than Sterling, so they have more to offer in the long term than Raheem Sterling will for Chelsea. So obviously these players they will be there for many years to come. We're talking 10 plus years. You know what I'm trying to say? So they will receive their deals. Sterling's deal is different. Not all hands are equal. You know what I'm trying to say?
So you don't think that's as that tweet is suggesting that it's going to complicate the situation?
Why would it what's their so what we let
me try to comment. I get your argument, but the truth is,
you know what I mean,
the truth is, like, now this is let's see it. Let's see it from the perspective of a workplace, right? Now, somebody like Rodrigo here argued. I don't know who argued that they've won. That is, Raheem Sterling have won the Premier League and all that, and then I argued that these guys have won the Champions League and Raheem Sterling haven't. And he played in the same final that both players participated in, and they beat them. So you're telling me you don't see Raheem Sterling's, proposed salary or presumed what we're hearing, because there's no way to confirm that's the truth, that it will not in any way impact these guys what they will be asking.
No, because let me be objective and not biased and be very objective here, yeah? Champions League is...
I'll be honest with you, bro. That's me being objective, but go ahead. I get your point.
Yeah. Champions League is a knockout competition. We did very well in that competition. We exceeded expectations and we won that competition. Yeah? Based on that, it shouldn't be in comparison to a player consistently performing over 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah, I don't think he signed a new deal since he joined. This has just been his only contract since he joined City. So for a player to be consistently performing year in, year out, winning titles. For them to now make a move in comparison to a set of players that won a competition, albeit it's prestigious, so they should have more deals than a player that's, is consistently going to be a consistent performer. Over the years, his numbers have been high. He's won titles. He's arguably going to be best. He's going to be the best attacker we have. I begin to imagine where they see a entitlement because we want to. So we should give Edouard Mendy a 10-year deal. Werner should stay. Like, they don't. What I'm saying is because they won Champions League, it doesn't warrant you as much as a deal than the player that we have touted for his services coming in and who has a proven winner. He just won the Premier League. He just won the Premier League in May. He did the cross for Gundogan. If he didn't cross the ball, would they have scored? He earns what he earns. You know what I'm trying to say? He's on big wages there. So when he comes to Chelsea, we're going to have to match that, if not better, because we want his services. Mason Mount and Reece James will have lucrative deals, but it can't be in the same tunnel or in the same goggles as
I'm not saying. Here's the thing, bro. I'm not arguing that is whatever they get will have to measure Raheem Sterling's weekly earnings. But they look at it. I'm sure they've heard about it. So it's something, whether we agree or not, that's how I see it from, let me just say, in my opinion,
I get you.
It will, in fact, influence how they negotiate.
Yeah, but the only way I see it in impacting negotiations is if Reece James says, well, if you're offering me this, I want as much as Raheem Sterling. If it's not like that, then what impact will it have? Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? If you are not worried about what a next man is earning, you shouldn't be worried about transfer negotiations, contract negotiations when it comes to your turn, because you know you're going to be good. So you shouldn't be worried or pressed about another man's money. Like, why are we even? I know footballers, like, I think it's maybe a narrative that people push in the media, but what, am I going to start watching the next man's wage and next man's money when I know I'm going to be getting the same money? Or if not, like, is that what we're saying? Reece James and Mount, they've come to that. How many years has Reece James come into top flight football playing for Chelsea? He's now looking at Raheem Sterling's wages. Mason Mount, where did you come from? You just came from academy. You're now here now. What? You've had a few seasons. You're now looking at Raheem Sterling's. Is your age mates? Do you know what I'm trying to say to you, coach? That shouldn't be their business.
No, I get it, but you're my brother and Niger brother at that. Would you, if you're a player at Chelsea and this is happening and you're about to negotiate a new deal, this will not influence your decisions?
See, they're human beings like us, innit? And if you hear what another man's earning and compared to what you are earning, you'll be like, oh, I can add more so my services could
That's my point, bro.
I understand
you get it. Now you get what I'm saying, but go ahead. I know you're trying to make another point.
Yeah, I definitely get that argument. But what my own is, now your business. I will come, like, something will say to my head is like, Ibs, now you'll consign. They will give you a deal. They'll probably give. You see the 300 plus they'll give Raheem. They'll probably give Mason and Reece probably the same in not this year, probably next year. You know what I'm trying to say? The deal will be bump. It will be. My point is they don't need to watch that now. One, you're younger than Raheem, so you have more years. You have more years to this club. Raheem might stay for 3 years. He'll go somewhere else. We don't know. We don't know but what I do know, and they should know, that Reece James and Mason Mount, you're the future of this football club. You are our John Terry and Frank Lampard. Yeah? You are, that's how value you are to this football club. So you won't need to worry about man coming in taking money. Don't worry, there's enough to go around. You go collect your own. You go collect. No big problem at all. You go collect. So don't let that influence you. At that young age, at your man's young age, 23, 22, 21, 23, 24, you're thinking about what next man's earning. That is not good enough for your development as a professional. You know what I'm trying to say? That's my point. But I do get what you're saying. It will move you. Person come, he's earning 300K. You know you've been putting in work for this club for so long. And
it will influence the decision.
Person just come and earn 300K. You go move somehow. And that will be down to the agents to make them know, like, yo, brother, it's okay. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Don't watch that. That will be down to the agents talking to the players and not letting players be controlling the narrative of how much financially they are worth, rather than them sitting down and discussing it amicably because of what? Watching another man's P45, P60? No. That's not how things is done. You know, in my workplace, I can't watch another man's wage. I have to put in the work. Obviously, yeah, you have to put in the work to before you know you get what you're rewarded. I've just been appraised, by the way. Like 10 minutes ago, my manager appraised me. I asked for £2,000 increase in my salary.
Oh,
I asked for 2,000 increase.
okay.
But
Thank you for helping me win this argument. Okay. But anyway, I see, bro. I totally understand your point. If you want it, yeah, it's as simple as that. If you want it, put in the work. And you can argue they put in the work already. But Rodrigo, just quickly, a yes or no question. Let me see if you're with me or whether you're supporting IBZ. Do you think it will? This what we're looking at on the screen, and everything I and my brother IBZ have argued about, he has a point. That's the question. If you want it, put in the work. But the question I want to ask you, do you think this will influence or will wield any measure of influence in that is, or let me just put it like they put it, it will complicate to any certain measure the negotiations with Mount and Reece?
Well, to an extent, yes. So, for example, if we were offering Mount 120, right? Now you see this, we might push it to maybe 180.
Yeah,
I don't think Mount and or Reece are expecting. I don't know. I'm not in their pocket, but I don't think they're expecting to get as much as Sterling. I think they know. They know. They've been on academy wages, and then they were bumped for like first years. Now, because there's grade to this, right? So they've been in a team for what, 3 years. So they know after 3 years this is the band. I reckon at Chelsea there's probably a band of your wages. Maybe they're in band, I don't know, band 1, and then Sterling, because of this there are criteria, because of the experience that he has, Premier League proven, won about 4 Premier League titles. So straight away, Sterling commands that wage. But obviously, Mason Mount should earn more than Malang Sarr, for example. Yes, that I agree. He should earn more than, say, Michi Batshuayi. I don't know how much he's on. I agree with that. But slowly, they'll be moving on band. So the next band they might be in is the next one that'll be closer to, say, Sterling. I think Mount should be earning maybe closer to what Kai Havertz is earning.
Yeah. I think I agree with you again. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, his argument. If I'm a Mount agent, I'm arguing on Kai Havertz and say maybe Pulisic. I'm not looking at Sterling. I'm looking at them two. I'm like, right. So Mount outperformed these two. They're around the same age, and one is giving you the output and the performance on the pitch. So you need to look matching his salary to what these two other guys are earning. But then again, the argument for Pulisic, for example, the club could say, well, Pulisic commercially, you bring us this amount. And so there's always these, because in a wage package, there's things about image rights as well that comes into it. There's a lot of these other side money that we, obviously when they say weekly wage, that's just what the club is paying you. But there's a lot of ways that a player can earn more than what the club can directly pay him. So the club could say, right, part of that will come from advertisement. So you might earn a bit more on that side. And as before you know it, Mason Mount is earning closer to what Sterling is, but in terms of his basic salary wage, probably not going to be as close as that. So there's ways around it to satisfy if a player that demand or that actually command high wage. Not everyone in the Chelsea squad should be earning. A lot of them shouldn't be earning what they're earning. Like, some of them are really stealing a living. I'm looking at you, my Star.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I'm going to try and catch up with the chat and now come back to the panel. We'll move on from this topic. But before I do, I want to close the poll, which asks, will Sterling salary cause problems at Chelsea? 37% says yes, and 63% says no. Okay, let me try catch up, see what they have in the chat here. Lee says it is the agents that are to blame. When they see another player agent is getting a bigger cut, then they want a better one. a better cut. So there's a chance actually. IBC, I'm sure you're seeing this on the screen. This is what I just read. There's a chance actually may not come down to what the players want. It is the agent, because it just sounds as if. Okay, I understand. I saw that. Thank you for time. I saw what you wrote in the private chat. So there's a chance you get that, Rodrigo. The issue wouldn't actually be the players, but the agent who wants more money.
Yeah, exactly.
You get the argument. So that's a delicious comment there from Lee. Thank you for. Go ahead.
I love the issue if we get one of these young players. It's the entourage, the agent, because they when you're a football agent, what's your primary goal? Primary goal is to earn as much from the club. So you push your clients to demand more. But football players, some of them they have their own ambition. They want to be the best in their position. They want to score many goals. But the agent doesn't. The agent doesn't care if Messi man score 50 goals. Yeah. Oh, obviously his agent is that, so that's a bit different. But I'm talking about a typical agent. He doesn't care if you're gonna score 50 goals. As long as when you score those 50 goals, it means he's gonna line up more. He's gonna line up his pocket. So that's what they always push the client to demand more and more from the club, even though sometimes the player doesn't really for them it's not. Of course they want to get paid, but yeah, it's not a priority. Yeah. I'm not an agent.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not a big fan of agent. I think that some of them could be parasitic to players and to the club.
Yeah, thank you very much. And again, Lee, I think I've read this from Lee, and it's a great comment. Mount stats are better than lamps are pre-Romana. Again, thank you for that. 1 CDM or 2, then none. As I think this is Stribia talking about players she'd like us to sign. And again, we're happy to, again, I'm going to say this, to have Stribia around. She isn't, in perfect health condition, but we're happy that she's, strong enough to join and participate, because she enjoys everything Chelsea and enjoys to support the channels. And thank you. We appreciate that. Yes, a bonus agreed. Again, she's talking about his get some win. And here's Liam Lane says, needed to drop out Koulibaly. Talk tomorrow again. Enjoy the rest of the show, everyone, and keep hitting the like button, people, and also keep praying for Liam Lane as he recovered from what he's going through. I think by grace of God, you get better. We will continue to pray for you, and we thank you for finding the time to join us here. And we love you, Liam. So feel better. Get well soon. Very few are talking about Liam. Again, if you haven't, we have 169 people watching, and we have 206 likes, which means we need 94 more likes to get to 300 likes. And 300 likes is our aim today. So please help us reach there. If you haven't, do like the video. Prince Doe says, I don't think the salary will complicate issues. For reason Mount 100%, 150% increase is their salary wouldn't be deemed a low. Again, if you're seeing it from a percentage perspective, it will sound like, let's say if Reese is on 60K a week, so 150 would be like 100% increase would be 120. So 150 would be like 190 or something like that. So to them, it's not even seeing it from a percentage perspective. It sounds like it's huge, but they're gonna be looking at the money itself, not the percentage. But you get what I'm saying, Rodrigo?
Yeah.
The percentage means it, because if he's earning 60, 100% increase means he'll be earning 120. If you're looking at the percentage, it sounds like, wow, twice as much as what he was earning. But how much was he earning? If he was 30, 100% increase will be he earns 60. So I don't think they'll be looking at it from a percentage perspective. They'll be looking at the money. How much is it total? Again, possible. I say, Liam, see how again and get better, brother. Sure, the owners don't care, and what happened really happened. Yeah, let's see what happens there. Again, Leo may be better than Haaland to Chelsea. I think that's the case. And it looks like Danny Boehly is looking. He's using an interpreter. Some interpretations I've seen. One, he said he likes Chelsea more than his needs. I think it sounds like he's using an interpreter, but I understand that's not really what he means there. Again, Stevie says Haaland hasn't met English defenders. We'll see. Maybe that's a chance after 1, 2, 3 weeks he started talking like Timo, that the English defenders are like giants. Not that.
Trees.
But that's, by the way, I think Haaland is strong enough, and I think he will do well. I really appreciate Tuchel. I do appreciate him too. Imagine him in a winner and a lower league team, something like that. And again, says I don't care with another club's transfer, only concerned to my Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. Yep, I love that. And here's my brother, Josh CFC. Sorry, it took me like 500 years to get to your comment. And that's because I'm the studio engineer myself. I do everything on my own. So I'm not able to, screw through the whole thing as quickly as possible. So thank you for finding time to join us, bro. My brother and fellow American, I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know how you're doing. Again, if you're in the chat, keep liking the video. We need 91 more likes to get to our target, which is 300 more likes. Yes, Sylvia said 200 likes. Again, cannot explain how you can chat. It makes me happy. Yep, they are. Those in the chat are absolute legends. Deals says, did Mason and Reese complain about their current contract situation? How would you know? You won't know if they did or not. They won't complain because, after all, they're still under a contract. That I don't think they still have like 2-3 years each left on their contract or so. But I think they will be well paid by the time they negotiate. If we pay 300 for Lukaku, then whatever Sterling is going to earn shouldn't be a problem. That tweet is trying to start a conversation, controversy. James and Mount are going to be paid more regardless. Again, I get your argument there. And thank you. Nice to see you here. The Other Time podcast, my brother from another mother. If you haven't, please go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. Again, it looks like, those in the chat, they're really pushing. They want us to get to 300 likes a day. So if you haven't, take a second to like the video. We need just how many? 90 more likes to get to 300 likes. And we're getting there. As Sribia says, it is brilliant to see Chelsea and all this joined together. Yep, that makes me happy. Delivering 4 EPLs is above one Champions League. That's you. Again, that's how you see it. I'd see it the other way around. And if you ask me, I'd say Roman will actually see it the other way around because he loves the Champions League. And that's how I argue it. Lukaku lost my face.
I use that argument.
Sorry?
I use that conversion rate when I argue against Arsenal fans. Because they claim they have more league titles. I claim we have more Champions Leagues. Therefore, we are bigger club than them.
Yep, that's how you could say we're still a bigger club than Manchester City because they haven't won the Champions League and we've won it twice. And if you ask me about Roman, I'd say Roman will always prefer the Champions League than 2 Premier Leagues. That's how I see it. You got my point there. So I'm going to get back to what we have here. Let's see what next we'll have lined up to talk. I can't wait for us to get to there you go. Now we're going to talk about my boy. And we have a good reason why I think we can actually get him. We can actually get him. And we need this type of player in our team. And let me read the tweet here. The tweet here says, it's important that I do. You understand? The tweet here says, sorry, maybe I just reduced this instead. I zoomed out the wrong stuff. I zoomed out my StreamYard window. This is the guy I want to zoom out here, this window here. Yep. Let me read this. It says, Rafael, how do you pronounce his last name again? You were the one that taught me how to pronounce it.
Leão.
Leão, okay. Just sound like a cat a bit.
Yeah. It actually means lion. His surname means lion.
It means lion. So you see, So Rafael Leão currently earns 1.5 per year at Milan, and his contract runs until 2024. So he has, you can say, 2 years left on his contract. Milan have offered him 4 million per year. I don't think they're making a mistake there. Mendes rejected it, and Mendes is this. That's Jorge Mendes, right? That's the super agent, one of the super agents. Yeah. Rejected it and wants 6 million, even though Milan will demand 150 million. That is his release clause from suitors. I think this is the best time for them to sell because they're greedy. Actually, they want 150 million on his contract as a release clause, and they want to be paying him just how much a year? 4 million euros, and it's actually euros.
Yeah. So it's less.
So, but here's what I want to say. This guy, he earns a chicken change given his abilities. He is, it's time to say that word that I find very difficult to say. This guy is a generational talent.
Yes.
I think it's worth the risk. Even something north of 80, I'd say, let's go get him. And I'm learning that Milan are asking something like 80 to 90. I think it's worth it. I want to get your thoughts. I know, and we need such player in a team. He never shies away from taking on players. He's quick. He's good on the ball. And I think he's a very confident player. I think we should go for him. Rodrigo, your thoughts?
Yeah, he's a very explosive, dynamic player. For his size, the things that he does with his feet and take on people, he's a very, very good player. And he can play across the front three as well, on a wing, or he can play through the middle. I'll prefer him to play on a wing, so to utilize his skills and pace. So what Milan are offering him is ridiculous. But then again, Milan just got new owners as well. So I don't know if the new owners will because if you come into a new club, you're not gonna sell the best talent that you have at your club. So I think this deal is a difficult one to negotiate, just because of what Milan will be asking for, and because obviously I think they have new American owners as well at AC Milan. I think they've recently purchased the club, so I don't think this will be tough. I think this one it will probably. I think I give this a 40% to be completed. But the player, if you look at the player himself, what he would bring to this Chelsea team is amazing.
You could argue he's different from all the players we have, which means he comes to complement what we already have in the team. It's not like he's go ahead.
Completely different. He's direct. He has skills, and like I said, he's quite tall. He's actually a very skillful player for someone of his size. He's got good technique. So if we can get him, I would say if we have 70 million somewhere, 80 million somewhere, euros that is, we can go and test the water and see if Milan can. I just doubt it. I feel like because they have the new owners, I don't think they will just sell him like that. I think what Mendes is probably doing now is probably the agent play where he's linking him. Or they openly tell Milan, like, listen, we're gonna start talking to other clubs if you're not gonna offer our client what we want. So they might come to a compromise where maybe he's gonna get somewhere in the region of 5 million euros a year. Milan might say, 6 million is a bit too much. Maybe we can settle on 5 million. So I think this is why I hate football agent. So they're using, because they don't care about Milan. They don't care about if he stays at Milan, he'll be this amazing player. No, they want to get money, and I think they'll come to an agreement with AC Milan. I can't see him coming to Chelsea, unfortunately, unless he runs out his contract.
Why do you think you can't see him come to Chelsea?
Because of the money. It's ridiculously expensive. 150 million for his release clause.
No, that's just the money they're quoting. There's a chance they let him go for 70 to 85 or 90 because he has just 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah.
The only time you'd be afraid of the price will be if he renews his stay. Then we have a problem. But he hasn't. This is a good time to sell. And I'm sure, Jorge Mendes is a smart man. If he sees that Chelsea are serious about getting him, and I think Todd Boehly had a meeting with him.
I reckon.
Yeah. Also, so Jorge Mendes is the same agent for who? Cristiano Ronaldo. Who again?
Yeah, for Ronaldo. A lot of Portuguese players.
And a lot of those players that we've been linked with.
Yeah.
So my point, for my top point is this: the fact that he's had a meeting with Jorge Mendes, that's a chance they talked about him, and this is a generational talent. For 75, 80, 50 in the current market, we're lucky to get Riga Hazard for 35, which I was surprised. Then even at that time, players were going for bigger amounts. So,
Yeah,
but now I think this guy, I mean, maybe it depends on the club that he's playing for. Not many clubs are looking at him. And maybe I think this guy, we should get him, even if it is for 70, 80. He's worth it.
I might be I'm worried about the price tag being too heavy on his shoulders, because he's still a young player. He's still
Go
raw.
ahead.
He still has some. He's still a raw talent. He's very good at what he does, but you can still see some imperfection in his game. So if you buy him for 100 million, the only reason I'm saying this because I've got this Lukaku thing that happened, and I'm skeptical paying over ridiculous.
Here's the thing you have to correct for us, and have something I'd like you to tell those on your boss. Lukaku, his issues at Chelsea, wasn't because of how much we paid for him. But that compounds how painful it is to us Chelsea fans. You get my point, bro.
Yeah.
But I think Rafael is such a confident player. He's confident. He has confidence in his abilities. He knows how good he can be. I think the issue probably be if that is. I don't think he will have a problem. Maybe if you're talking about him now, I think he'd be able. He's explosive, like you say. He'd be able to adapt to the Premier League quickly. Yeah. And some people, I think I saw somebody argue the case of what's this guy that played for Atletico Madrid, Portuguese international also.
João Felix.
Who? João Felix. João Felix is still good. I think what is hindering that player we know he can be is the manager's approach to the game.
Yes.
So I'd argue even João Felix or this guy would do well under Thomas Tuchel. Because what makes Thomas Tuchel different is that he gives you the freedom. Whenever he deploys you, you make the decision yourself.
Attacking players. Attacking players have more freedom compared to...
Exactly. He doesn't like to micromanage.
No.
Yeah, exactly. And that makes a huge difference. But that's, by the way, so my argument is that I really do want us to get him because he's a fine player. But I'm going to try to get to the very bottom so that we're aligned to whatever we're talking about right now. Go ahead.
I want one more thing about Leão. He has what I call the clutch gene. You know those players that they just have it when it comes to that crucial moment. He comes with a crucial goal. He did a lot for Milan when they won the Scudetto. It's the same thing with La Chiesa. It's just these players that have the knack of getting you those goals that you need. So I always like this player, but I just don't know. Yeah, maybe that's the skeptical in me that's saying this. But if we can do it for 80 million, that's an amazing deal. So if we were willing to pay 80 million for De Ligt, I'd rather pay 80 million for this guy.
And there's a chance actually we get him for cheap. Because like I've argued, he has just 2 years left on his contract. You get that? So let me catch up with the chat again. Leo is actually really good. I watched him in a few games of him. He was very good last season. Again versus Napoli, Roma and Inter. Is his okay? Yeah, it does. Kuchila, what constitutes a generational talent? Oh, and by the way, Ancelotti delivered a Real Madrid coveted number 10 Champions League and got fired. Here's the thing. I know here's the argument he's going into. And just quickly, let's end the Rafael Leão argument. The poll asks, do you want Chelsea to sign Rafael Leão? You said me sound like a cat, and I'll pronounce it correctly. 56% says yes, and 42% says no. I think majority wants him at Chelsea. Here's the thing. Who you ask what trophy they prefer comes down to that is you ask 10 different people. I can guarantee you that's a chance you get 5 people saying they prefer the Champions League over the Premier League. And I can guarantee you 5 say they prefer the Premier League over the Champions League. It depends on who you ask. Again, I'm going to bring that argument to people in the chat. But before I do that, I want to let us know we're closing in on our target for the day. We have 220 likes. And right now, we still have 139 people watching. We can get it at 300 likes. That's our target today. So keep liking the video if you haven't. And again, I must let you know you guys are absolute legends. So thank you very much. Now, I get your argument on Ancelotti getting fired. Delivered for Real Madrid for all the reasons I don't, because them you could argue, the rivalry for the title, it was just always Madrid and Barcelona, and the dominance. Then I think I don't remember what happened exactly, and you can't say the reason they fired him was because he didn't win the league or so. But Rodrigo, can you come into the argument here? He's trying to say winning the league is more prestigious than.
Madrid is an exceptional club. They do crazy stuff. They fired.
You have to, you have to win them both, I think.
Yes, they fired Del Bosque, who won La Liga, Champions League after Champions League. They still fired him. I think Madrid is a lot political. Like the way the manager behaves is a different case. Yeah.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. You can go ahead. I'm coming a bit. I want to ask the chat what they think so they can, be part of the decision.
If I'm not mistaken, what did they fire Ancelotti for? Must be. I don't remember.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't remember why they really fired him, because he did quite well. He didn't win the league, but he did well in the Champions League. Won them the Decima. So, yeah, Madrid is a very strange club. I don't use them as a model.
Yeah,
that's why I'm glad we're moving away from the. I hope at least we're moving away from the firing managers. Because
I hope so. There's no guarantee that hasn't changed.
Oh yeah, I hope we're moving away from it.
And just 1 second, let me see. I may have to do it twice, but I want to make the question a bit tricky. Again, let me see what people think about it. It's being modeled around what True Blue said. Okay, let me see. Just quickly, guys. Sorry for the silence. Okay. Just 1 second here. All right, there you go. Which do you prefer? Okay, let's see what happens there. I think it's this guy here. What am I missing? Remove this guy, then ask the community. Yes, thank you. I'm going to try to catch up with the chat now while I wait to get your opinion on what I just asked. Again, I love Italy. It's magnificent. I haven't been to Italy. That's one place I'd like to visit someday. But I like him so much. Yep. Yeah, and if what'd you say?
I've been to Milan. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, you have to go.
I really want to visit there. I have to be honest. I'd love to. I love to. It's again. I love the country. I love the food, because they have like Italian restaurants here and all that. Again, it's magnificent. But again, we crying out for wingers to be more direct and take on players, and Leo does it. Thank you very much. Very, very direct. Even though he's a player I want to, as simple as he's a player I want to see as Chelsea. Price to reside Mount is to make Everton's price offer to Lampard. Can you elaborate? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Again, says, could we strike a deal if we give them Ziyech and Broja? I just don't know. Honestly. I just do not know. But we'll see what happens. Leão plays mostly off the left side, like a Sterling. Don't know where Pulisic and Cho will fit on paper. That's another issue to solve. But I think you could argue that he's better. He'll do better than most of the guys we have there already. I say that we need someone with Chile. I say Leão is a perfect fit for Chelsea, but that price is too much. He still has a lot to prove. How old is he again? I am free. How old is he? Just
23 or 22. He's very young. Yeah.
Really?
I remember his first season at Milan. He wasn't that good. Like some Milan fan, I remember they were complaining, like, because I forgot where he came from. He came from a French team. Yeah, he wasn't. It's only last season that he came into his own.
Okay, I will get again. As long as a long-term fans about the league. Here's the thing: we're not talking about the long-term fans. Like I told you, and it's looking likely that's what it is. I told you if you ask 10 people, there's a chance 50% say they prefer the Premier League, and there's a chance 50% say they prefer the Champions League. And the question on the poll here says, which do you prefer? 3 Premier League trophies. 48% says yes, but I'll let it still run for a bit because it's not over yet. And 52% says 1 Champions League trophy. Like I'm saying, especially, I know if you ask the older generation, they'd say the Premier League. But we have to be inclusive here. It has to be everybody. That's why remember, I did you a favor by phrasing the questions like maybe, correct me if I misquote you, like the way you have had it in the chat there. Again, that's me. Again, so I'm waiting to see what you guys have to say. Again, while we're at it, if you have any question, shoot it in the chat, and I'll try to, I'll try to. We'll try to address it. Again, I remember he was starting in the middle a lot for Milan, and did he do well? You let me know. I think he did.
Well, he wasn't good. He was struggling from 2019 to 20. I think the 2019 to 2021. He wasn't as good as he became last season. Last season was like his breakthrough season. Yeah, and yeah. So
thank you very much. The man can stay as long as he was 29. Who's he talking about? Let me see. Then his mind says, "Strip. I voluntarily left White Charles." Okay, why we shouldn't be getting into that argument? We should work together here, please. You're a mod. Phantom is a mod. Phantom is my friend. You're also my friend. I don't know how we're fighting here. And again, we shouldn't get angry when somebody says something about a certain player. If they say a player is bad, they have every right to say a player is bad. If they say a player is good, they have every right to say a player is good. Again, you don't have to like the player I like, and I don't have to like the player I like. We just move on. That's the way it is. Nobody likes the same player. I don't think it's okay for us to be fighting each other here while we should be working together. Again, Phantom says, I shouldn't even have to read that. Again, everybody is equal here, so we should just love each other. Let's not make it sound like we're children again. You shouldn't even donate to say that. Again, I'd still see it, but I don't like us to fight. We should work together. We're a team here, please. And again, Phantom, thank you for the donation, but bro, she's not going to ban you. You know that. You know you were friends. I'm friends with her. I'm friends with you. I want us to be all friends. Again, we shouldn't be fighting. Rodrigo, you want to say anything to that?
No, I'm just laughing. I'm just thinking of Leão and how he came from. Where did he come from? So he played at Lille, right, for 1 season. And I'll guarantee you, if we sign him back then, people will be saying, "Oh, it's not Chelsea level." Or why are we signing? Why we wasting money on this guy? So sometimes, as Chelsea fans, this is where our impatience sometimes doesn't affect the type of players that we'll potentially get in the future. Because I guarantee you, we signed Leão all those years ago, and then obviously because he had to adapt in Italy, people will be calling him a flop. But look at him now; everyone wants him.
Yeah. Again, as it says, you have to be inclusive because 90% of your audience is newer. Even with that, just be patient. Just look at it. Already, we have 58% said 3 Premier Leagues, 57 now, 43, and I'll do the same. Here's the thing: I'll do the same on Twitter, and I'll do the same on the Google Community tab, and that way it reaches everybody. I'm just going to be clear with you. Again, says I am tired of watching Man City dominate. When last did we win the league? I think maybe we should talk about that. We should talk about that again in a bit and round off with that topic. The question, you know what? Maybe on another day. But I want to ask you this, Rodrigo. The fact that N'Golo Kante and what's his name and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, they're missing out, on the trip. They're not going to be part of the, at least in the US, part of the preseason. You know the reason, again, because they're not vaccinated. Now, what I want to ask is this: do you think that will affect them being selected in the team or not? And if you're in the chat, let us know whether that affects them being selected in the team. For me, I'd say yes, I think so. probably for the duration of a few games during the start of the season. Here at Chelsea, the Kings, like I said, just 1 second, I'll come to you. I've seen Leo sub in for Giroud, so yes, he can play centrally. He runs like a gazelle and very mobile. So go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I would, especially for Kante. If Kante is fit and is ready to go, I don't see Tuchel putting him on a bench just because he didn't take part.
Okay, looks like I lost Rodrigo there. Again, the truth is, again, I would say again that creates a problem for the manager, because as a manager, you need to be with all your players. The squad need to be complete, for in the preseason for you to prepare well. If you don't have them all there, if you don't have them all during the preseason, it creates a problem in terms of how you're preparing. How you're preparing, for the season. But if you have all the players, you have them listen, you plan how you want to play as the season takes off, and all those things. It makes it easier for you to prepare. So I don't know how else to phrase it. Just give me a second. I want to take care of something quickly here. I think there's an update. Let me be sure I'm correct here before I share it. Just give me a second. So a second. All right, I'm going to move on here. Let me see if Rodrigo comes back or not. Again, you guys should calm down. Please stop fighting each other. Please, I beg you. I'm seeing everything that's going on. I can't even highlight it. It just, it's not. Just calm down, please. Just calm down, guys. And here, True Blue says that we won the Champions League in 2012, but we're not the best team in Europe. Are you telling me? Fernand, we're best? Here's the thing. If you win the Champions League, it's simply to me. Forget about the statistics or what the numbers say. You are able to score more goals than the other team, and the other team, they're not able to score enough goals to catch up with you or win you. You're the better team. I know, I get the argument. Eye test may say otherwise. But if you win the Champions League, you're the best team. It's as simple as that. I want to get your thoughts on that, Tobago.
On what? On triple, I mean.
Yeah, no. The question I want to ask you: if you win the Champions League, does that mean you're the best in Europe or not? Or does that just mean that you got lucky or something? But no matter how you see it, if you're able to score enough goals to beat the other team in the final and win it, forget the eye test. Eye test may say, yeah, Bayern, they could have won it. But in the end, they did score the chances they had to win the game. You get what I'm saying? At the end, the best team wins, no matter how you see it. Forget the argument that people saying, usually hear people say the best team did not win today. I get it. It makes sense to an extent, but it doesn't really make sense. It's an argument that you cannot win in a courtroom anywhere, because they show you, wait, who won? You say the other person won. They're the best team that night the final was played. So your thoughts, do you think winning the Champions League means you're not the best team?
No, winning the Champions League means you're the best team because you won the tournament. So
it's as simple as that.
Yes, because like people are saying Chelsea were lucky or whatever team were lucky. Yes, sometimes you can win with luck in football, but again, at the end of the day, we won the trophy. So we are best in Europe for 2 times. Hopefully, next more trophies will come. So even Real Madrid, they were best in Europe this season because they've won it.
Yep. Again, I want to ask, please, if you're in the chat, I'm seeing something going on there. Who blocked who? Please, I want to know. Is anybody blocked you? Let me know so I can you look at the situation. So, Rodrigo, coming to you, your thoughts. The team that wins the Champions League, isn't that the best team?
Yeah, that it is. But again, they can put a caveat to it. It depends on how you got to the final. But again, once you got there, once you won the trophy, you are the best team in Europe.
If you win the World Cup, you're the best in the world until somebody beats you. No matter how badly you play. But go ahead with what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I value the Champions League higher than the league. Because look at difficult. How many teams win the Champions League? Is a very tough. I mean the league, yeah, but the Champions League is very, very tough competition to win.
Yeah, it is not. And here I just say it's not lucky when you beat Man City 3 times before the Champions League final. That's another one. It's ridiculous to suggest that we weren't the best. If any team was the best, then why didn't they win it? It's as simple as that. So I just don't. It's one argument I don't get. But the truth is, when you look at things, in some situation, you will say, okay, you know what? I've looked at this. We didn't deserve to win it, but we won it. At the end of the day, you're the best team, and that was why you won it. So I don't get the argument. And True Blue's argument is maybe I should ask all the fans, maybe when he talks about the argument in particular, whether 3 Premier Leagues or one Champions League trophy. But by the way, he's still winning 3 the 3 Premier Leagues. He says the 3 Premier Leagues trophies. Again, more people here, even though we have a mix here. That's what I told him, will be inclusive. And I'll ask the same question on my Google tab and also on Twitter to see what people will say about that. But it makes sense. Says, let me see, what am I looking at here? I don't want to be reading the people fighting, but I think it should stop. We're all mature enough. Let's just behave ourselves. It's going to be helpful. People are watching us. And this channel accommodates kids of 17 or 16, and up. So we should be careful how we talk to each other. It's not okay that we're fighting each other. And this is what's going on between mods. 2 of my friends. Street Beer is my friend. Phantom is my friend. And why is that happening? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Here says, I prefer Premier League to Champions League. Winning Premier League is more harder. This is not a case of which is harder. That's all I'm saying. It's not a case of which is the competition is harder. It's a case of which one is more prestigious, which one is bigger. Remember, the Premier League is domestic. It's just in English teams. The Champions League is all European teams. For us, for instance, the World Cup is all clubs in the World Cup. So if you can't tell me somebody wins, you can't. I don't know the Phantom, but this is a good point you brought up, and I like the conversation. And I think we'll fight about this again. I want to bring you in. Your thoughts. Would you go back to 2012 and say we were just lucky that the best team didn't win?
The best team didn't win.
No, that's the example I want to ask. That's the question I'm asking.
2012 was the year that God said Chelsea will win this league, because we were facing adversity throughout the whole year. Many of the squad were old on their last legs. Drogba, Lampard. You could argue Terry. Obviously, Terry stayed for like like 2015 or so. But that squad was aging. It wasn't the ability of the squad that put us through. It was the mentality of the squad that put us through, that made us win. It wasn't the ability. Yes, we had quality, but it was the mentality. The best team did not lose. The best team won. Yeah, we were goal down. Thomas Muller had converted a header in the 70-odd minute. Drogba had equalised through a Mata cross. We had a penalty conceded. Iron Robbins hit that penalty. It was saved by Peter Cech. We took it to extra time and penalties. I do not know. We deserved to win. We deserved the Barcelona win, the Napoli win, the run up to the final. We deserved it. It was mentality, the strength, the mental strength of that boys. Roberto Di Matteo did one thing pre-match. He played pre-match, yeah. He brought them in all the squad for a team meeting. And it wasn't about football tactics. It was their family members. He put their family members on a video call and every single one of their family would say, well, so proud of you. It reduced the whole squad into tears. The whole squad reduced them to tears. So can you imagine the mentality, the mentality they will use to go into adversity? You're playing Bayern Munich in their home ground, yeah, and then you go down and you win the game. I'm sorry, the best team won. The best team. God entered us that day. I cry. I don't think I've ever cried for football. I cried that day as if to say, you know, it was even thinking about it, it's like goosebumps, you know.
So overall for you, the best team won.
The best team won.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as there's nothing. There was no luck.
No,
there was no luck. It was mentality.
Yeah.
A lot of people say luck because what? Was it what? Because
Bayern dominated, but the thing the way we executed our tactics better than them.
Exactly. Our structure wasn't to go gung-ho attack.
Yeah.
Our structure was to sit back, and how we do it perfectly. We sit back as a unit. We defend brilliantly. That Barcelona game, we defended with our lives. We defended. Messi had a penalty. He missed the penalty. What more do you want? We did our thing. Ashley Cole cleared that line, passed it through to Torres. Torres threw on goal. Boom. Before that goal Ramirez's goal. Beautiful. You know what I mean? Napoli, Raul Morelos. You know, those guys. You know what I mean? It wasn't. Oh, we scraped through. We deserved that. We deserved that trophy, bro. And we did it against all of the odds.
Here's the thing, True Blue. Even I'm going to say this also. Even Eden Hazard say that Chelsea won the 2012 Champions League, but do they deserve it? He said no. I hated that comment. Again, you look at it. Eye test will tell you, okay, yeah, Chelsea were lucky, but we had the plan and we executed our plan perfectly. We frustrated them, which was why when you could argue when they had the chances to score, they missed it, or maybe they felt like they're gonna mop the floor with us. Then their mentality of not taking us seriously worked against them. So I don't know how you will convince me to believe you or to agree with you that the best team did not win in any case, in any final, if you say maybe it's down, if you argue that maybe it comes down to the referee being biased or clearly siding with the other team and help them win, that's when I'd argue with you, okay, the best team did not win because the referee didn't do his job right. But in this case, the referee did well. We played, they scored for us, we equalized, went to penalties, and we beat them on penalties.
Our goal scorer conceded a penalty. Our goal scorer conceded a penalty to our former player.
Yeah.
He took the penalty and we saved it. I don't understand. And that comment, we weren't the best team in Europe. We're not saying we were the best team in Europe. No. Barcelona were probably the best team in Europe. Probably Bayern were the best team in Europe. But we deserve to win that. We deserve to win that final. We deserve to win.
Yeah,
considering
it's as simple as that.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
It's just as Man City players or fans coming to us and say, because before the final, I remember watching the interview. One of them, the collaboration one of them did with what's his name, with Nini. He was so confident they're gonna beat us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He was so confident. They were going to beat us, but and then actually we played well enough to win that game. It's as simple as that. But that's by the way.
Someone told me this in 2012. Someone told me in 2012, the more diehard, probably most diehard Chelsea fan I know, Andy. He said to me, "Listen, over two legs, but Bayern Munich will probably beat us. But you just give us one game. Just all we need is 90 minutes." We just need 90 minutes with this team, and you'll see. And yes, we gave them 90 minutes, and we did see. You know what I'm trying to say to you? We're not a team of characters. John Terry in the dressing room, Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, Ashley Cole, Michael Essien, John Obi Mikel, David Luiz, Jose Bosingwa. Are you telling me Ramirez, Fernando Torres? What we saying here? What, the mentality of the squad was low? Like they were done.
Yeah, let me just catch up with the chat. Again, I've read this. I say Pep would trade some of his. Yeah, that's a very delicious comment there. Pep would trade some of his EPL titles for one single UEFA Champions League. Seriously, he would. And my friend here actually says the best team in the one-off final does not make you the best team throughout Europe. Stop. Please stop this argument. I think you just winding me up right now. All the players in the dressing room said it was a pre-match team talk by Roberto Martinez before the 2012 final, added to the solid bond of the team. Yes, you're now saying it all. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's about. Let me just try and catch up here for anything. I got the Zola Duff names off my back. Wow. Okay. I never thought about money. Yep, money isn't everything. Again, that's just the truth. I have to say that. That's a comment from True Blue I saw. I wanted to talk about. Okay, he says Coachella. I didn't say we didn't deserve to win on that night. No, I didn't say you said that either. But the conversation about who deserved win or not led to us, or that is what the reason why we started talking about 2012 and all that. But I didn't say you say we didn't deserve that. I say winning a cup final does not make you best a team in Europe. Go and take some. No, this is not about English lessons. So just forget about that. You're just misquoting what I said, and you're trying indirectly defending what you said. That's how I see it. And we're not fighting over it, bro. This is the kind of conversation that I like, because there's so much to learn from it. Again, even what you're saying still means you're saying we didn't deserve to win 2012. It's no difference for me. That's how I see it. Maybe some other people see it differently. But here's this. I want to let you know, again, even if you argue that you said winning a cup final does not make you a best team in Europe, go and take some English class. This is no different from saying, that from some people coming out to say we don't deserve to win 2012. So, but here's the thing, bro. Winning a cup final, even if it is one-off, even if it's not a two-leg match, even if it's not played in a neutral ground, wherever you win it, if it is called a final, you're the best. The best in that competition, depending on what country or what area or what community participate in it. It's that simple. So again, I love you bringing that up, because it makes for a very, very good argument. I don't know how else to talk about it. We deserved to win in 2012 and 2021, but 2012 was very special. Good comment and a delicious comment, because it was the first one, and it's a date I will never forget in my life. I says we can sell you Mr. Junior Messi if you want. Again, Steve Chelsea, the first always the hardest, and that was why we enjoyed it. I just get angry occasionally. You're a human being. You're allowed to get angry, but we're better off getting along. Enough people hate us already. We should love ourselves. Go ahead, Rodrigo.
I was about to say, Chelsea is the only team since 97, when Dortmund won, to be the first team to win the Champions League the first time. Mm-hmm. All the winners since then have been previous winners. So that tells you how difficult it is for a new team to win a Champions League. Mm-hmm. And that 2012 was that's the moment that changed the destiny of our club.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think we've streamed for pretty long time here, but let me see if there's anybody here I haven't spoken with for today or read their comments for today. I'm going to try to catch up with them, and then we'll move on. Again, Lee says, I would take either the league or the Champions League, but to win the league, you have to be the best of 38 games. Yeah, that's the difference. But you and I know that the bigger trophy is indeed the Champions League, given that it encompasses, if that's how you want to see it, the whole of Europe. You get that? Whereas the Premier League is just, it's a domestic trophy. It is England alone. That's how they differ. That is on surface, the Champions League is bigger, and it looks like, does the Premier League pay more money? I don't know. But my point is, we have to take it on the face value. How difficult the other one is doesn't matter. We know the other one is very difficult to win, but it doesn't matter. On the face value, to be correct, if you're asked the question, which one is the bigger competition, it is the Champions League, because you have the whole of Europe participating in that one. But I'm really loving the end of this show. It picked up until it became fire towards the end. thinking about the 2012 UEFA Champions League still gives me goosebumps till today. I still watch the highlights till today. It was I used to live in New Jersey then. I screamed so hard. Somebody that owns the house across the road was waiting for me in the morning the next day when I was going out. He asked me, "You play soccer?" He said, I said, yeah, but I'm not a professional soccer player. He said he heard my voice. He was watching the same game, and that's how we became friends. But that's, by the way, I just wanted to show you how hard I screamed that day. And I think you could argue it was the same for every Chelsea fan. If you're indeed a real Chelsea fan, that day will be special. It will forever be,
Nobody say that I scream. I cry, guy. I didn't think I'll cry for football. Like, you need to understand the emotions. Like, we didn't miss a penalty. That penalty shootout was a mazza. Did Lampard miss the first one? Lampard missed the first penalty, innit?
No, Mata.
Was it Mata? Sorry.
Yeah.
Mata, yeah, sorry. Mata missed the first penalty. Mazzolini, we're thinking, oi, they scored. It was until, was it Olic or Schweinsteiger missed? That's when I was like, okay, yeah. Olic missed the penalty. I was like, Jesus. I'm a winning Leo. We could win it. Ashley Cole stepped up, bad boy. David Luiz stepped up, bad boy. Lamp stepped up. Now I remember Lamp stepped up, bad boy. It was now, I think they missed another penalty. And if we scored that penalty, it just Drogba to score the winning penalty for our first Champions League. We will put all our enemies to shame. Arsenal will be in the dirt. Tottenham will be in the dirt. Liverpool can't talk to. Drogba now scored it. Bruv, I couldn't believe it. His tears, when Drogba cried and he did the sign of the cross, I just collapsed. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. You have to understand, special feeling. And it put us, and it was, you have to understand, that set of players, those set of players was a generation of Chelsea that brought us success. So it was only fitting that we top it up with a Champions League win. These players are their best side of 30, 29, 30, 31, 32. Drogba, Terry, Lamps, Ashley. These men are not, they can't give us another 10 years. But these men did it. These men did it.
See, that emotion was a complete emotion, a different emotion to in 2009-8 when John Terry split. Oh,
can I be honest with you guys? Can I be very, very honest with you guys?
Yeah.
I didn't move. I didn't feel it. We lost. It didn't move me. We were just close to winning the league, Champions League. John Terry had to just score that. But it didn't move me. I don't know. Maybe I felt we weren't ready yet. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
The story of that season was crazy because
I think probably that season when John Terry missed that penalty, I think we probably had the better play. You could say maybe we had the better squad depth or players we feel like they're gonna win it. And after all, it was Manchester United. I don't know how else to describe why it wasn't that painful to me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why.
Yeah, but 2012, I think, was special.
You know why? Because we suffered that year. AVP make us suffer that year, man. You understand? We suffered that year, guy. When AVP got sacked and they said Chelsea legend Robert Di Matteo's coming in, and we've lost our Champions League first leg, you know. When Di Matteo can we start to do the comeback? I said to my guys, I said, I think this guy can do a miracle, you know. They all laughed at me. Me too, I was laughing at myself the way I was even pitching it. They laugh at me. If you see how people are laughing at me like I'm deluded.
Here's what I'm going to do. I think we need to stream, and what we're going to do is just talk about 2012. I think that's a brilliant idea.
That's the year. That's the year. And Alien from Norway scored 91 goals in that season. And couldn't score past Chelsea.
Yeah, Koulibaly, here's an update. Kalidou Koulibaly will fly to London today for his medical, where he will sign a 5-year contract. So it's getting closer and closer. Again, thank you very much for that update. Again, I like to see that. If you were looking at the screen, you should have seen that yourself. Says the Other Time podcast, by the way, please go check out his YouTube channel and make sure to subscribe. They said the prestige of the UEFA Champions League is greater than the EPL. Easy. It will be more of a statement if it was over multiple games or for a final. but UEFA can change that the way they force more minutes. This guy is supporting True Blue. I was starting to like your argument, but I'm just joking, brother. But I understand what you mean there. And Street says, see, that's where about conversation I just started. Says, where conversation if we're to others too. This is Steve Chelsea. That was why he was very special. One of the best of Bayern Munich teams. Probably the world thought, okay, it's Bayern's. We've lost that one. But again, we won it. I never forget 2012. Watch in the back garden with 10 other friends. Shaking heartbeat was worth it. Yep. I was sweating that day. If you put a pear, you know what that's not pear in that is or something that needs hot water to melt it. If you put it in my clothes, it will melt it. Honestly. But that's, by the way, again, I will never forget that day. I think I'm seeing something. I think Chelsea have agreed, a total agreement in place. Was that for Kalidou Koulibaly? I missed it. Koulibaly was supposed to, but Chelsea have contacted Napoli. I missed that update on the screen here, but maybe if it comes up again. Again, ignoring, imagine winning a massive cup for people to just say you were lucky. Thank you. That's another way to put it. It just doesn't make sense. It's a discussion on philosophy we can discuss. Yep, we'll do that though. Wait 50 years to win the league. Most of you would disappear. I get what your argument is coming from, and some other way came to mind to like describe your loyalty to the club, and I think I felt it would be bad to phrase it that way. That's why I changed my mind. I'm gonna try and catch up with the chat, and I'll come back. To please keep looking on the screen if you see an update. Again, if I see any update, we'll talk about it. If not, I'll come back to the panel so we can round off. It seems Lewandowski is just using CFC to convince Barca. I think most of them do, or maybe he isn't. Maybe it's just a press, putting out nonsense out there. Says Chelsea be very strong next season. I think we will be. Don Parson said, again, this is just more like a conversation. No, boss, as described him or me, it's my thing. Yep, okay. I'm going within a month similarly. Again, you're strong, and I know you'll cope with it. And just know, more importantly, how much we love you. Again, that it's being said doesn't mean it will happen. We'll keep praying for you if you believe that prayers work. Sylvia, believe me, you have a 10 years. It's just believe in it. I believe in higher power. I don't go to church every Sunday, but I believe in higher power, and I believe that miracles happen. So a month, it's nobody can control how long you live if you believe in God. I played soccer as an 8-year-old in 1980s. Yeah, soccer you call it. That shows where you're from. Stop giving away where we're from. It's going on. Okay, says it's not soccer, it's football. Yes, correct, and thank you. I agree with that. Steve Chelsea said Champions League, you need to play top of the best teams in Europe. Again, I hope you're not just siding with me because you're my brother, Steve Chelsea. I hope that's really your opinion. Again, I'm going to skip to the very bottom because I think if I keep reading, we're really going to slip here. Ghost says Koulibaly is the best thing to happen to Chelsea, a very good and even a better replacement for Rudiger. You could argue that. Sky News reported done deal, 40 million euros, 10 euros per year, 5 contract. Thank you very much. I was going to try to say your name, but I need a few practice. Probably, is that what it is? Oh, that's what it is actually. Oh, Bombaclat. Oh, okay. It's a good name. To be honest, I have to tell you, I really do mean that. It's just again. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. I'm going to come back to the panel and say, okay, I would prefer, to Champions League. Okay, I get that. I agree with this. Koulibaly won't be a replacement, but an improvement for Rudiger. That's just the truth. He's a very intelligent. So total agreement reached. Let me see if I just open it so we'll read it because it's an update on what we're doing here. Let me see. Did it open really? It did not. Oh, shame on us. I wanted it to open, but it says a total agreement reached with Napoli on the signing of Rudiger. So I'm going to come to the panel now. your thoughts on everything we talked about this morning, this evening, this afternoon, depending on where you are. But overall, believe me, it's been a brilliant show, and of course, one of the best. I thank you for True Blue for asking that question, or for that input, because it sparked it sparked the panelists and everybody in the chat, and it's made it a great show. Your thoughts on everything we've talked about today, IBZ, before I go to Rodrigo?
Yeah, man. As always, man. It's always informative, always, engaging. Like, I ain't gonna lie, for me personally, I've got to big yourself up, coach. Like, I'll be looking for a platform in which I'll be able to share my opinions on the beautiful game, especially Chelsea. And like you like since the first day, I couldn't thank you enough for giving me a platform to be a regular contributor to your channel. You know what I mean? So big up yourself, and obviously we'll just hope that this shit grows more and more. Excuse my language, but yeah, just keep growing and growing and growing. And the engagement, you engage with a lot of people from the diaspora as well, like a lot of Nigerians, which is very good. Like my Nigerian brothers, my American brothers. We're all in here. All over, from even my Jamaican brothers. I know the brothers from Yard as well are here. So it's just big up yourself, man. You include everybody, which is a credit to yourself and your channel and the way you big it up and do it. So yeah, again, today's session, as it is, we thank God today we have more of a development than we have had in previous sessions when we're just talking about agreed this, agreed that. Now we have medicals we're talking about now. So, we just have to keep the blue flag flying high, as I always say, and we just have to keep faith. And hopefully that we get another 2012. Not in the league, but in Champions League.
Yeah. Thank you very much, bro, and I appreciate you. More thanks to you for always finding time to be on the panel. That's not easy, and I enjoy it. Again, we have good chemistry, whether we agree or not. Still, I enjoy you being with. I have good chemistry with all the panelists we have here. Rodrigo, too, the boss, the driver of the panic boss of Chelsea fans. That makes it fun for everybody on the panel and those in the chat. And so, more thanks to you for always participating. So, Rodrigo, again, let me end this before I come to you. The poll that asks, which do you prefer? 60% says 3 Premier League trophies, and 40% says 1 Champions League trophy. So I'll do the same on Twitter to see what people think. So thank you very much for the chat, Rodrigo. Your final thoughts on everything? Yeah.
Before Rodrigo goes, I gotta leave you guys now. But yeah, big up.
All right, bro.
I don't know when. Are you back on tomorrow or over the weekend?
Tomorrow. Probably there will be an evening show. I will try to get Louisa to host it. Because I need to go take care of something. Yeah.
No problem. But I'll leave you guys. Love you and leave you guys. Take care. I'll see you guys.
You too, bro.
So.
Take care.
You too.
Thank you. So, Rodrigo, your final thought. Your thoughts. Sorry, not final thoughts anymore on everything we talked about today.
Yeah. So, first of all, come on, Chelsea. Announce Sterling already. Is Sterling driving to America or what? Come, he's already. If he took a private jet at 4:30 p.m. yesterday,
he's been there already.
11 hours. He should be there by now. It's been nearly 24 hours. What sort of flight is this?
Mm-hmm.
Please announce him already. And as for Koulibaly, it seems like we're moving in the right direction again with him. So potential signing there. I'll just hold my excitement until he's complete, until we pay the money, sign the contract, and Napoli are not gonna turn around and say, right, no, we change our mind. So yeah, so that's good news. And obviously I think I don't know if you touched on Broya earlier in the stream, because I missed quite a chunk of the stream. Maybe we know
we haven't. No, we learned. I think it was True Blue who informed us that he's on the plane with.
And the reason. And the reason he probably missed out was due to paperwork. So it wasn't anything malicious, or he wanted to leave or anything like that. It's just simple. It was just paperwork that wasn't in place. And for Dujan Sterling as well, apparently he's also now vaccinated, so they couldn't take him to the US. So nothing there. So again, I'm just waiting. I'll keep refreshing my my Twitter page to see if Chelsea will actually do this announcement. Come on, Chelsea. Do the announcement already.
Yeah, we should do the announcement. And then again, if you're in the chat, take a second to show Street Beer how much we love her. And I know, like I've said, just whatever happens, whatever you believe will happen, Streetbeer, just know we'll do love you. And every time, even when you weren't here, we do talk about you, and people are praying for you.
And
Again, you have every right to speak your mind, but it's not okay that other fans hate us Chelsea fans so much, and we'll be fighting within ourselves. No matter how you see it, Phantom is a Chelsea fan. Forget, he jokes a lot. He likes to play a lot, and he has the right to express himself the way he wants. You also do have the right to express yourself the way you want. So we shouldn't be fighting each other. But most importantly, take a second, if you're in the chat, tell Streetbeer how much we love him. And this is the banner we've been having. I actually do show the banner every now and then when we have the automated show. We have this one here. No, not that one there. This one here, which says Streetbeer, when you know we all love you. And this one here is for Liam Lane, who's he's sick. He was very sick, but he's getting better by the day, because we're like family here. We're always after each other. So take a second, tell Streetbeer how much we love her. Let her know that is whatever happens, it's her choice. Whatever she believes will happen, we're praying for her, and we believe she's strong. She's a strong person. We know that already. She's a strong character overall, and we know she'll be all right no matter what happens. And we'll keep praying for her. We'll keep loving her. We love her forever and ever. Again, with that, we come to the end of the show. I can't thank you guys enough. Let me just quickly read this. Leadership is captain. Captain should lead by example. As a full-time player on the field, not getting dusted by young players. Who was he talking about there?
I have no idea.
Okay. And again, more importantly, I want to thank people for 233 likes. You guys are absolute legends. And I want to thank everybody in the chat. The way you've contributed from Streetbeer, the queen of all streams, no matter, again, I just feel emotional whenever it comes to mind what you told us. But the most important thing, what should be your strength? Look at how many people in the chat already that's showing you love, from Steve Chelsea, Just Viola, the Other Time podcast, everybody there that's showing you love. Let the love they are showing you, let the love that they're showing you to be your strength. You don't have to give anything. I've told you that before, and I sincerely do mean it. You don't even need to donate to the channel. But my point is, let the love that everybody here is showing you be your strength. Again, you see this is let me go from here. See the love here from Steve Chelsea, love here from Just Viola. Again, love here from who again? Let's see. Just lots of love there. You've seen it yourself. Again, I don't know how else to say it, but I want to say thank you to Streetbeer for helping moderate the chat. And I want to say thank you to Chelsea, Irie FC. It's easy to win the Premier League with the best team, but hard to win the Champions League. Again, you could argue that medication keeps me alive. Medication is good. Yes, again, it can be good. It can be sometimes annoying to take it or depress it because it's not easy. But again, much love. I'm emotional now. I can't even get myself together. Phantom, looks like you wanted to say anything while you get on.
No, wait till you end the show, because I wasn't planning to stay up this late, but other events had changed the issue. But I'll talk to you after the show is over so we can discuss the Saturday event.
So again, thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. Again, much love to all of you. I love you all, and Streetbeer, we love you all. Please keep the love going. Thank you to Streetbeer. Thank you to Steve Chelsea. Thank you to Lee. Thank you to Streetbeer again. Let me say it again. Say it properly. The queen of all streams. Thank you. Thank you to Mr. Ogu. Thank you. Nice to see you here. Thank you to the queen of the house, Just Viola. Thank you to the Other Time podcast and everyone else if I miss your name. And I want to say a special thank you to True Blue for that question, the spark of fire on the panel and in the chat. You made it a brilliant show. With that, we've come to the end of the show, and I hope to see you guys in the evening for the evening show, or tomorrow for another Blue Morning show. Much love from me here. Thanks. God bless us all, and bye.
Bye.